said, are you Aquaman? And I said, no, on brick. Ah, fuck, you caught me. Ah, shit. Hold on. I was just gonna be here. I wasn't gonna, like, say anything. I was gonna be like, if somebody shows up, that'll be cool. I didn't think anybody would, like, show up, though. You can't, it's fine. I'm sick. I'm super uber sick, actually. It's impressive how sick I am. But it's not cancer. I mean, they think it's not cancer. They haven't, like, done internal tests, so they said it doesn't look cancerous. They say it looks, they said it looks like colitis. But I've been saying I've had colitis for 6 months, so. I'm not a doctor, but I'm also not stupid, and I figured out I had colitis 6 months ago, and I told them, I think it's colitis, and they're like, no, you're not bleeding enough. And then I started fucking bleeding, so now they're like, oh yeah, no, you have colitis. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, I'm so sorry, but hopeful plus. Yeah. Yeah. I've been fucking shitting blood. I've been shitting so much blood. So much blood has come out of me. Free my boy. I was trying to be sneaky. I didn't think you guys would notice that I was here. Why didn't you notify us before you had colitis? Could have prevented this. Yeah, why didn't you tell us, dude? The fuck? Why didn't you fucking tell us? Why didn't you tell us that you were dying? Why didn't you tell us that you were sick? Why didn't you tell us that you were dying and shitting blood? Here's the thing, though. I was though, like months ago, like 6 months ago. It wasn't like a ton of blood, right? Like it wasn't like a ton of blood, like how now it's a ton of blood. It wasn't like a ton of blood, but it was still blood, and they're like, oh, that could be anything. I mean, I guess, but like, did you seriously have to wait until the only thing coming out of my body was blood for you to be like, oh yeah, no, that's it, you have an autoimmune disorder. Like, yeah, I knew that. Yeah, I knew that. Like, the fuck? They kept being like, oh no, you just have a heart condition. All the stomach problems you're having have nothing to do with it. You're fainting because you have a bad heart. And I'm like, okay, I guess I have a bad heart. But like, my stomach was hurting me all the time. So I was right. When they were like, you have a bad heart, I was like, I guess I have a bad heart. No! I have colitis. I said that like months ago. I was like, I'm fainting on top of stomach issues. I don't think the fainting's the only thing that's the problem. But whatever. Whatever. Right? Like, I hate when they tell doctors that they don't listen until it's at the worst. Yeah. Anyway, let's watch One Piece stuff. I like One Piece. We're gonna watch One Piece stuff. We're gonna watch One Piece video. I was already watching it, and then I was like, I'm kinda lonely. This is why you have a fan base. Let's watch cartoons together. I don't know where I'm at. I'm also not going to stream on Irium. Oh, speaking of Irium, we have a lovely update on that. Do you want to know the update? I could tell you the update. We have an update. I'm gonna close We have an update. Hold on. Let me just move shit around and then I'll read the chat. We have an update. Updates. Delicious. Tasty. Yum. Tum yum 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 yum. Tasty. Tasty updates. Oh, updates. Let me go here. Okay, so my update is we have 47 days left. We have 47 days left. We have 47 days left on Miriam. This date sure is up. Go ahead, I'm ready. This date sure is up. Oh boy. Are you home, baby? No, I'm home. I can't stream at the hospital. Bitch, why are you so loud?
Cover stories are one of the most easily overlooked treasure troves of information for anyone
stories, because
and this
I was
is
watching
largely
this
due
already,
to the fact
and
that
I want
most
to
of them
continue
never got
watching
animated,
it, because
as
I
well
like
as
One
how
Piece
easy
and I'm
it can
sick.
be for even the most
I get to
avid
choose how
manga
I
readers to
suffer,
gloss over them
okay?
in order to get
And
to the meat of the
when
chapter.
I suffer,
But the cover story
One Piece
arcs
gets to be
are as
played in the
canon as the
background.
manga
I'm
itself,
suffering,
and
we
while
watch
some
One
of them
Piece.
are just simply fun or comedic,
Wait, I think all
most
the
of them
potential
act as a
fans
great
there.
way for Oda to expand the world building of One Piece even further by introducing new and exciting plot lines that run roughly concurrent with the story. And this often provides a massive boost when it comes to making theories as well. Because we've seen everything from Enel going to the moon and meeting space pirates, to Jinbei finding a poneglyph from underwater ruins, all the way to Shushu getting a new pet food store, to Hachan finding a devil fruit in an underwater refrigerator. So that's why I wanted to make this video and go through every single cover story in detail, as well as provide some insight into how they went on to impact the main story and how Oda might
Imagine
tie
when
up
I
some
get
of the loose ends that
monetized,
still
it's
remain.
not even going to
But
be
without further
comparable,
ado,
dude.
let's get into it. So let's start at the
It wouldn't
very
even be
beginning with the first
comparable
cover
anymore.
story we ever got,
Imagine
Buggy's
how I
Crew
get
Adventure
monetized.
Chronicles,
It's
which
gonna be
kicks
so
off
much
fresh
less
after Buggy was
comparable.
defeated
It's
by
gonna be
Luffy in
fucking-
Orange
I'm
Town.
gonna be-
And you'll
they're
notice
gonna
that
be
this
so
is a
close.
very common theme amongst all the cover stories, where most of them, especially early on, follow the events of an enemy after losing to the Straw
Listen,
Hats.
I was
so we
trying
can then
really
see
hard,
how they got
okay?
to the point they're at
I
when
was
they
trying my
re-enter the
bestest,
story
but
later on. And this is
we're
one of
gonna
the few
rock
cover
this for
stories that
47
did
more
get animated,
streams.
so I think there's a good chance a lot of you are going to remember this one.
So we're
But this
marking
cover
it as
story begins
days,
with
but
Buggy
that just
rowing
means
away from
47
some
more
fish, as
streams.
well as
47
Kabaji
more
and Moji
2-hour
running
streams,
from the
and we're
almighty
good.
Shushu. So Mini Buggy then finds himself on a new
47
island
more
and tries to
2-hour
eat a baby
streams,
bird,
and
who
we're
goes
done.
on to find its mother,
Which,
who decides
that's
to eat
not
him
that many.
instead on a plate with a picnic
And
table
you
and
can get
everything.
those
But then
hospital
she
fans
spat him
to
out
YouTube.
because Clown's
Hospital
terrible,
fans.
and he starts flying away to the next island, which are basically the same kind of shenanigans that you would
Yeah,
expect Luffy to
47
get
more
into,
2-hour streams,
especially because
We
the
can do whatever
island
we
that Buggy
want.
lands on is none
can do
other
whatever
than
we want.
Gaimon's island. The
I'm not stupid
island
enough to,
of
like, cut
rare
off my
animals,
access to
which is a
Arium,
place
because that would be dumb.
Luffy had visited not that long before
But
this chapter came out.
we
so
don't have to
naturally,
prioritize
Mini
it
Buggy
anymore.
starts
We
off
can
by
just hang out
fighting
on YouTube
Gaimon,
and not
but they
have to
quickly put aside their differences and party together
pick
by
and
accepting
choose.
the fact that
Can just
all
be
of
over
them
here.
are at least a little bit strange. So
That'd be
Buggy builds a
nice.
makeshift raft somehow and leaves his newfound friends. But in typical Buggy fashion, it's quickly destroyed
I'm
by
also
a
eating
giant
Korean
crab
glass
anyways,
noodles.
who
I got it
looks
from the
almost
CVS.
identical to the moving crab named Hasami that we meet in Gadachi's
Back in
cover
my day,
story,
you
by
would
the
never
way,
be
but
able
we'll
to
talk
find this
about
at a
him more later in the
CVS.
video. And
I
then
like the day we
Buggy
live in
actually
now.
gets saved from this crab by none other than the new slimmed down Alvida. They then learn that they're both after
Ziri.
Luffy, so they make an alliance with one another to
I'm
take
gonna
him
send
down.
you a video
But since the
about
other
Kuma
part of
from
the
One
crew
Piece.
isn't even aware
It's
that
full of
Buggy's still
spoilers.
alive, we next see
But the
Moji
story
and
is so
Kabaji
well
holding a
written
funeral
that
for
I don't
Buggy,
think it
and
matters.
then preparing to fight each
And
other
you will
for
cry.
the right to become the next captain, where
You'll
their
cry.
battle lasts for over 12
There are some
hours.
banger
we also
lines
see
in
Richie
One Piece.
sleeping off to the side
Some
here,
god
dreaming
tier
of himself
lines in One
becoming the
Piece.
captain,
You
which
want me to
then
read you
causes
one?
him to get up and defeat
Let me
both
read you
Kabaji
one.
and Moji in his sleep. While
I was reading this to Max, and Max went, "Whoa!" And I went, "I know, banger." He was like, "Total banger," and I was like, "Yeah, dude." Me and Max talked on the phone for like 3 hours when I was in the hospital. Love you, Max. Love you, wife. Can everyone be really nice to my wife? I love him so much. I love my wife. My wife. This is said by okay. This is said by a gender non-conforming drag queen of a man who looks like Frankenfurter. A queer icon, if ever there were one. based. I don't know if you don't know about Ivankov. There is an entire queer chapter. No, it was an entire queer arc in One Piece. And there's an entire society of queer people. There's just a lot of queer people in One Piece. I don't know why people I don't know why people are dope, like fucking don't talk about it. Yeah, no, he's dope. He's dope. He changes his gender. He changes his gender throughout the story, like, all the time. His girl form is so hot, it's crazy. That's the energy I want to invoke. Anyway. And I quote, "Never underestimate the power of a miracle. Miracles only happen to those who never give up." Fire. It's fucking banger. Just straight up banger. Audio, don't yell at me. I know I'm sick, but I was lonely. I was shitting blood for 10 hours. Give me a break. Let me have this. Let me have this. I don't want to be by myself, okay? 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 This is an empty bottle. Free our boy. I was, head pats. I'm sick, okay? Let me be. Here's the thing. Can I be a little cocky for a second? Can I be a little egotistical just for a little while? I'm never egotistical. Can I have this? Yes. Okay. I didn't tell anybody I was streaming. I haven't talked to anybody today either. I didn't make a tweet. I didn't make a statement of any kind. And there's still 4 people here. I'm just gonna say that because there are people on Arium who think I have no talent, and I just want to say I don't have to try to bring people around me. I can just sneak onto a stream and people show up. I could be trying to hide and people will find me. I'm like that fucking Patrick meme where he's under the rock and he's like, "Who are you people?" Oh, fuck. Of course you have talent, but you just dumb. Yeah. I mean, hey, maybe this talent will keep me afloat because I'm chronically ill now and likely not going to be able to work a normal job anymore. There's just no way. I'm fainting all the time, and then at any point in time, randomly, I could just start shitting blood. So, you know, someone may have told the Discord, "Peeps, you streaming in secret." But I didn't have to tell anybody. That means that you like me so much, you want other people to come spend time with me. So again, my point stands. I'm well liked. I'm not well loved. No, wait. I'm well loved, but not well liked. I think that's the way you put that. People can love you, but not like you. I'm well loved, but not well liked. Fuck. To hear. I was watching Brian Eakes' debut and saw you go live. Who's Brian Eakes? I don't know what that is. True. I'm well loved, but not well liked. Those who love me deeply. Those who like me, are rare. Okay. Twice a day, 7 times a day. Let's see if this makes me puke everywhere, guys. Let's see if these drugs make me puke. I love you, and I like you, so ha. There you go. There's also another really good line. During when Kuma gets his brains, he gets turned into a vegetable. There's another line where he's like, wasn't my life such a nuisance? And the doctor, he tells him, to be alive is to be a nuisance. Your death will be a nuisance to everybody who's ever loved or known you. That's such a good line. It's so powerful. The first time I heard it, it made me cry. It's like, no, you being alive is not the problem. You dying is a devastation to everyone around you. Don't call yourself a nuisance. Being alive is to be a nuisance, just to be in someone's side and, like, have an impact on them. To be alive is to be a nuisance. It's just to have an impact on people around you. But more so than that, dying is a bigger nuisance. Because everybody who's ever loved or known you no longer gets to be around you. Dude, it's such a good scene. And I remember, like, I caught up to One Piece when that scene came out, and I just cried. I cried for, like, 10 minutes. It's a really good scene. It's a good scene. That man doesn't deserve so much better. He wouldn't say that. That man is a saint, but, like, still, he deserves so much better. Free Kuma. You deserve so much
dreaming
fucking
of
better.
meeting some kind of dragon.
Free my boy,
And there's
you
been
didn't
a
do
lot of
shit.
fun theories lately about this silhouetted dragon,
Free my boy, you
especially
didn't
with
do
the
shit.
importance of dreams in One Piece.
Oh my
and
god,
even the idea
Mother
that
started
nightmares
working
can come
on
to life, as we saw in
Angel
Elbaf,
Brew.
but nonetheless, this then
She
leads
started
to the
doing
formation
that,
of
even though I
everybody's
haven't
favorite
paid her all
pirate
the
crew,
money.
the
She said she
Ricky
just really
Pirates,
wants to
who
do
may
it,
hold
so
the
that she'll
title for
start
the
sketching
shortest
stuff
lived
for it.
pirate crew of all time.
Anyways,
Because then the
even though we
Kumate
haven't paid her
tribe,
all
the
the
natives from the island, ran up and
We
defeated them
we
in
have
no
to pay
time.
for rigging
And these
though,
guys
'cause
are kind of
Leon needs
interesting
help.
because their
You guys
face
should tip
paint
Leon
and their
money if you
island
can
shape
tip him.
both
He's a
resemble
very nice
bear
man.
paws, just like the ones
I'm
we
so
see with
glad.
Kuma
I know,
and his
right?
paw fruit, and that's due to the
Artists
fact
like
that
me
they
so
have
much.
Kuma
I
right
must
in their
I
name,
must treat
which
my
means
artists so
bear in
nicely if they just
Japanese,
want to
and I
make
think
me
that's
free
pretty
shit and they
cool.
just
But
want to see my
thankfully,
dreams
Buggy and
become
Alvida
real.
then show up to save the day, where they find the
My
rest
art,
of
the
the
people I
so-called
work with
Richie
must
pirates
really
being
appreciate
cooked
me, or I
alive
must
to
really
create
appreciate them and
Richie
treat them really
Cruz
well if they're
red
just willing to
wine
work
stew.
without
I'm
without
not sure
expectation.
why people like the Kumate tribe or
I feel
Brule
bad,
or
but
Kaido
also,
want
like,
to keep trying to
I'm not
cook
gonna
people
tell
alive,
somebody.
but I
You
guess
know what's the
Oda's
worst
just a
thing you
fan
can
of that
possibly
kind of thing.
fucking do? I think this is advice everyone should take to that with take with them. Here's some really good life advice. If somebody is trying to love you and you're trying to show like appreciation by like trying to out humble them, you're an asshole. That is my good advice. You're being a dick. Like I don't know if you know this, but you're being a dick. People are trying to love you and you're telling them not to do so. That makes you a dick. Let people love you. My god. If somebody wants to do something nice for you, just let them. My god. It doesn't make you come off as like any better if you sit there and you like rub it in their face. Oh, I could never take your generosity. That makes you a dick. You're basically saying, oh, you love me? Well, I love you so much that I'm gonna prevent you from showing me affection. That makes you a dick. Just say thank you. And then like match that energy. You don't have to fucking out humble people. It doesn't make you a better person if you out humble somebody. It makes you a dick. Don't be an asshole. Don't be an asshole. Anyway, I'm actually commissioning them. Their work is amazing, and I know they can make my spooky creature forward looking amazing. I believe it too. I believe it too. I believe it. I believe it. I have so much faith in them. I can't wait for them to become famous and rich. I can't wait for them to be so famous and so rich that they never have to worry about anything ever again. That's my goal.
So
I
then
want
we
them
see
to want
Buggy
for
activate
nothing,
his missing
because I don't
body
want
parts
for
that he's been
anything
looking for
after
all
I've worked
along,
with them.
and
I have no
defeats the
complaints,
rest
no
of the
notes.
Kumate tribe, meaning that the
I want them
Buggy
to want for
crew is
nothing.
finally reunited. As I mentioned at the start, this
That's
cover
how I
story
feel
basically
about
acted
people
as Oda's way of
I
explaining
care
how
about.
Buggy
I
got
want
from
them to
point
want
A,
for
which is being
absolutely
defeated
nothing.
at Orangetown, all the way to point B, which is his appearance in Logtown.
Okay, I'm gonna
with
take this
Alvida. And it's
medication.
such
Let's
a
see how
smart
long
thing
it takes
add
me to
in
get
here.
super
It's
crazy
almost like
nauseous
a
and puke all
parallel
over my
story
computer.
with what the Straw Hats are doing, to then make the events in Logtown feel even more legitimate and well structured.
Full Sail University
Full
is where the
Sail.
next generation of creators are learning to build the future.
Nodders.
It's where artists
Nodders,
and creative
nodders.
thinkers unite with
Nodders.
technology.
But our next
You know what's
cover
also
story
nice
is the
about
Diary
streaming
of
on
Kobe.
YouTube? I don't feel like this weight on my shoulders that I have to be here for an allotted amount of time. I can just hang out and be relaxed, and it genuinely is just for my own, because I'm having a good time. Like, I don't have to sit here and be like, man, now I gotta kill 2 hours. No, I can just chill out. Oh, audio. We had an update. We had an Irium update. I had an Irium update and you missed it. Would you like to hear the Irium update? If I wanted to, I could end right now. That's so true. I've only been streaming for like how many minutes have I been streaming for? 18 minutes, and I could end my stream right now. No gods, no masters, no guns to my head. Nobody will get mad at me.
Kobe Meppo,
You guys might
which
get mad
gives
at me,
us
but
an
still.
insight into the training that Kobe and Helmeppo went through once they joined the Marines. And just
I
like
don't
the
feel like
Buggy
I'm
cover
failing to
story,
some
this is
degree,
one of
or,
the
like,
very few that also got
I fuck
animated, so
up
I
if
think
I
there's a
don't
good
stream.
chance that a lot of this is going to
2
ring a
hours
bell
on
as
here.
well. But we kick this all off with these two fellas
That's why I'm
starting
doing
their
really long
careers
streams on
as
here.
chore boys. And right away you can see that Kobe's taking things a lot more seriously than Helmeppo, whether it's mopping the floor or even cleaning clothes, which I would have loved if Suru made an appearance here since she has the wash fruit. but I digress. And then we get to see them eating lunch with Rika, the same girl who fed Zoro when we first met him. We also have Helmeppo off to the side here hammering a nail into a Luffy voodoo doll, which is a little bit strange, but maybe on par
Korean
for someone like Helmeppo.
noodles.
And then we see them all at night where everyone's sleeping, except for Kobe,
And you
who's
guys
still
are
up
judging
studying.
me.
And I
You're like,
really
why is
really
Brutus
love
here?
how what Kobe's doing here
Brutus is
parallels
sick.
what we've
Brutus has
learned
been
more
shitting
recently
blood.
from
Why is
his
he
training
screaming?
with Garp. Like,
Because
we
he's
learned that
lonely.
even after Garp's daily training, Kobe would
Maybe
go
that's
fight
why.
the battleship bags during the night.
Hi,
That
two random
tenacity
people
is
who
what
just
makes
showed
Kobe
up.
so special,
Did you
and
hear
we
me
see
say
it
I was shitting
exemplified
blood?
here even when he
Sorry.
was in charge of more
I didn't
basic
mean to be
tasks.
rude.
But then their
Hi.
ship is given the duty
We're
of
watching One
transporting
Piece
none
video.
other than
I'm chronically
Axe Hand
ill.
Morgan. And we even see Helmeppo worrying about
I'm chronically ill. And I went to the hospital, and I was in there for 10 hours, and I was shitting blood. Buckets of blood. And now I'm here. And now I'm here. And I'm eating Korean glass noodles from the CVS. And they're really good, actually. It's really good. It's by that you probably know random people who have never met me. Hey stranger. Hey stranger. It's fucking it's like Bimba or something, Bitbob, something like that. That brand, so good. Oh, I'm gonna put you guys on to something. So that brand makes these little dumplings, right? Not the wontons, the dumplings. You could do this with the wontons too, but like I say the dumplings are the best because the dumplings come with a sauce pack. So you take the sauce pack from the dumpling mix, the dumplings, and you put that in boiling water. I mean, open it and dump the liquid into the boiling water. And you add some scallions to that. And then you take all the wontons and you throw that in the pot and you get wonton soup. And because I'm sick, I bought a pack of that to make wonton soup for dinner. So tasty. Fucking baller. I recommend it. I recommend it. You should eat that. Go eat that.
about the
Go eat
death
that.
penalty because even though
Go
Axel
eat
Morgan's
that.
a terrible guy, that still is his dad
That
and
sounds
everything. But then
amazing. It's
Garp
delicious.
pulls up as they're meant to transfer Morgan's over to
It's
him,
like-
and we
it's-
even
it's
see
frozen
Bogart for the
wonton
very
soup,
first time.
basically.
But then, shockingly,
And I know
Morgan's
that's
is able to
like,
get
you
an
could make
attack
wonton
in
soup,
and
but you
draw
but like here's
blood
the
on
thing.
the legendary.
You can make wonton soup broth, which I'm pretty sure is just a soy sauce broth with like maybe some brown sugar and some like sesame oil or something. I don't know what's in wonton broth. I think it's just a soy sauce broth. You can just make that and then add whatever wontons you want to it. But like if you're just like sick and lazy like me, like that's the vibe. Use the sauce pack. It makes good wonton broth. I'm dying for soup right now. I've got a horrible cold. Well, then you can get that from the CVS.
hero Monkey D. Garp. Now we learn later that
Monkey
this is
D.
supposedly because Garp fell
Garp.
asleep, which we know he tends to do sometimes, but this still feels pretty weird, I think. I mean, we've heard that people like Whitebeard would even wake up in his sleep to stop Ace from attacking him, so maybe this scene is just a victim of occurring really early on before Oda had all of his power levels figured out, but with how strong we've come to know Garp is, it still feels kind of shocking, especially because afterward, Morgans breaks his chains somehow and then
And guys
grabs
are
his
so
own son Helmeppo as a hostage. So Morgans then makes an escape with Helmeppo, and the Marines ready the cannons. But
You're
Kobe
supposed
jumps
to
in
talk
to stop
the
them
entire
since his
time. You're
friend would
supposed
be
to
in
have high
harm's
energy.
way.
You're
And I
supposed
mean
to fucking
literally
suck my
jumps in,
dick.
like
I'm
directly
sorry.
in front of the
I'm
cannon.
sick.
Which
I just
again
wanted to
does
stream.
a lot
So,
to tell
am I
us
not
what
allowed
Kobe's
to have
character is all
company when
about,
I'm
even
ill?
in just such a short span. He's not willing to sacrifice his friend. And it's
Me
almost like
arguing
a
with the
warm-up
people
for
in my head.
Marineford, where he later stood up to Akainu as he wanted the war to stop and for all the people to stop dying. So Bogart
Everybody
jumps in
stop
finally and
dying.
cuts up Kobe's guns, and then even Garp wakes up
Hi,
and just breaks
stranger.
the cannon. But
Hi,
then
stranger.
we get a
Hi, fifth
Helmeppo
stranger.
moment where he
My
stands
name's
up to his
Brutus,
own
and I'm
father
chronically
and
ill.
swims his way
I'm
back
super
to the
sick.
main ship. Kobe and Helmeppo then apologize for what they've done, and Garp responds by saying
I'm
he
super
will take
fucking
those
sick.
two under
Nice to
his
meet
wing.
you.
Now in the anime, Kobe actually
We're
swims
waiting
over
to
as well
see.
and helps.
Ooh, stranger. We're waiting to see how long it takes me to start vomiting. Because I took antibiotics. Ah, shit.
Helmeppo escape his dad, but in the manga, Helmeppo simply stands up for himself and leaves all on his own. And I much prefer the
His
manga
shaky little
version
legs.
because Helmeppo needs to get his own moments,
Give
you
it
know?
30
Even
minutes.
at Hachinosu,
What's the
he was
timer
just setting
at?
screens for Kobe
24
the whole
minutes,
time.
21
so even though it's
seconds.
small, I definitely prefer Kobe not.
Oh my god, wait, Adio, did you want to hear my Irium update? We have 47 more streams left. 47 more 2-hour streams and then I get to leave. I have like 97 hours left. Like I have like nothing left. So we will be out by February. We will be out by February. Hooray!
Not getting involved here. And looking back on this, I think it's so cool that what
Aw,
made
man, I
these
just
two
spent
worthy
$10.
in the eyes of
I
Garp
don't
wasn't
have
their
money. I'm
strength or
chronically
their
ill. Please
abilities,
stop
but
taking my
instead
money. I
it
just
was their
spent like
bravery.
$100
He knew
on
that he
medicine.
could whip them
Please
into
stop.
shape later, as we saw, but Helmeppo, and especially
stop.
Kobe, have the most important thing that he can't really teach. So then we see Kobe and
Uno on
Helmeppo are off
nicely.
the
Yeah,
Marine
we're
HQ,
making- we're
where
gonna
they're
be on
yet again
YouTube
back to
full
doing
time.
chores, but
Isn't
they
that
also
great?
get special training
We're gonna
after
be on
dark
here
so
full
they can
time,
start
and then
beefing
you
up.
can just
And
watch
we
me
also
do
get
cool
a
stuff
cool
instead
glimpse
of
of
watching me
Rika
kind
back
of
at
fumble around a little
Shellstown
bit.
being upset about the
That'd be
departure of
nice,
her
and then we
friends,
can
which
play
I
more
really like
games and
because it
things.
shows the
It'll
kind
be
of
fun.
connection that they've built over the last
And we'll
few
have more
weeks, or
designs.
however long this has
Oh,
been. And then the cover
did
story
you
ends
see?
with
I
Bogart
colored
continuing
I
to
kind of colored a little because I'm sick, so I didn't try that hard. But I kind of colored my my Fishman brew. I kind of colored him, but I also drew him as Nika. I did my Nika brew. Let me put Nika brew on stream. I like Nika brew. He looks cute. He looks like he's here for a good time, and that I also think it's super funny. I just realized something, because when you eat devil fruits, you can't swim anymore, right? But my guy's a fish man, so he's a fish man who can't swim. He's a fish man who can't fucking swim. He cannot swim. He is... And he also can't go home. Like, he can't go to Fishman Island, because he's a fishman who cannot swim. He cannot get to the bottom of the ocean anymore. I mean, he can, but he also, like, can't swim in it. You get what I'm saying. He'll drown. He's a fishman who has the capacity to drown, which is a crazy concept. He could die if he was in the ocean. Yeah, it's funny. It's kind of funny, but it's also kind of sad. I'm sure there's lots of gags you could do, but the idea that, like, you're as far away as possible from your home and you can't go back, because if you were to try to go back, you would literally die. Not because the people there would kill you. The people there probably miss you. But because it's literally surrounded by something that would kill you if you touched it. That's pretty sad. Anyway, here's my concept coloring for Nika Brew. He's little Nika boy bee. Yee, look. This is Nika Brew. Nika Fishman Brew. Nika Brew. Nika Brew. Look at the cutie. Yeah, I like him. I didn't draw his tail because I just got kind of lazy, but he's a sea slug, so he has a sea slug tail. And I found a reference where I found a sea slug who's pink and blue and white, and I was like, that'll probably be his color palette. So he got, look at him, he's cute. And he's got, like, his gills on his shoulders. Because I know that a lot of fishmen have gills on their shoulders and stuff. I also love in One Piece that fishmen can look like straight up fish. They could be like octopuses and have multiple arms. They could be mermaids. The fishman can look like anything. You can make a fishman look like anything. So I could totally be a sea slug. Nothing's stopping me. Your Honor, I love him. Look at him. And he's got this big old ship rope around his waist. And because I love Ace, he's got an Ace necklace. And he's got a bracelet too. He got bracelets. Be whatever you want. Looking good. Isn't he a cutie? I'm happy with the color I chose. I think it looks cute. And I think the Nika idea looks cute. And he's got these big old pigtails in the back. He's got these big old little pigtail things in the back. And he's got like curly speck of hair. I like him. I like him. I like him many. I like him many. I like my concept art many. I was gonna let that other guy do it, but I can't afford to do that now, especially with the fact that I'm chronically ill now and I like officially having a diagnosis and like I know the extent of how much this could fuck up my life. I don't think I can pay him $500 to do it now, which I would have done it. Like, I really would have. I think I'll make him do the character sheet, but I don't think I'll make him design it. I think I'll just go with the design I just made. I think that'll have to be what we do, because I just can't afford it. But I really want to work with him, and he really wants to work with me, so I'm gonna find a way to do so. I'm gonna figure it out.
Training even
He's
further.
so sweet. He is so
If you're an
nice.
introvert, working
He's
in an
just a
office can be
professional, so
draining.
like it's
Constant
expensive,
small
but like
talk, the background
valid.
noise,
He's
and
super
the endless-
talented, and I love
And
his
for our
art.
next cover story, we have Django's Dance Paradise, which
I
shows us
love
how
his
he
art.
went
We'll
all the way
figure it
from
out.
being a pirate
Okay,
in
we'll
Surf
figure it
Village
out.
to eventually
We'll
becoming
figure
a
it
Marine.
out.
And this is also our first cover story that was never animated, unless you count us seeing Mirrorball Island in a short special that they did
Mirrorball
for the Clockwork Island Adventure movie.
Island!
But this one begins with Django waking up in the forest
Mirrorball
right
Island
after
is
the
such a
events of
fucking
Surf
funny
Village. He then sees the
name.
remnants of his crew leave, so he decides to go get some
Oh my
food in
god,
town
wait,
until
if I have a bunch of people who do the One Piece thing I want to do, they should be allowed to make up islands. They can use existing islands. They should be allowed to make a Kill Kiss Stay for long, but hi Taku, I'm sick. Taku, I was shitting blood for 10 hours yesterday, and I still was shitting blood, and I'm so sick. But I was lonely, so I was like, I'll stream, and I don't want to stream where I feel like I have a gun to my head, so I'm gonna stream on YouTube and not on Irium. Oh wait, Taku, look, I started working on my One Piece design. Check it. He's a fish man. Look, he's a fish man. I hope you get well soon. I'm never gonna get well from this, bro. This is chronic. I'm forever, I have an autoimmune disorder. I'm cooked. This is an autoimmune thing. You like him. It's a sketch. It's not like a real drawing. But like I did a Nika version of him. So I did a Nika Joy Boy version of him, and he's like a fish man. But he's a fish man who ate a devil fruit, so he can't swim. So he can't go back to Fishman Island. He's in the bottom of the ocean. He can't go back. It's super sad. So he has got a bunch of found family on a boat, and he sails around. But he also has a kraken. I think we said our ship is going to be a kraken or something. Hope you get it manageable soon. There. Thank you. I'm on antibiotics. When I tell Brew, take a little nap before every night, and you streaming. Don't look at me. See? This is why I said I was sneaking around, because everyone's judging me now for being here. I was lonely. Let me have this. I was lonely, and I wanted to spend time with people. Let me have this. I was lonely. I hope you had a good nap. Yeah, I hope you had a good nap, too. Look at my Fishman Island brew. Look at him. Look, I did the Nika version of him. And he's got a necklace like Ace, because I love Ace. I wanted him to be totally shirtless, but then I thought about it, and I was like, if I put this on stream, I think I would get in trouble if he's totally shirtless. I think he's a little bit too feminine. I think Twitch and YouTube might get mad. I think Twitch and YouTube might get a little mad. So I put a band over his chest, but like, he's cute. I like him. Yeah, and he can't swim because he ate a devil fruit. Thank you. He's based off a sea slug, so that's why my antenna are like little sea slug antenna now on this design, and he's supposed to have a sea slug tail, but I just got lazy and I didn't draw it. Love and kisses though. Please don't push yourself. I don't mind you streaming. Just don't push yourself. Also, I miss you. I miss you too. I love you. I love my community. Y'all are great. That's why I wanted to spend time with you, because I don't feel good. But yeah, I haven't thought of his like not Nika palette though, because when you turn into Nika, all your clothes turn white, so that just makes it easier. You have like little accent pieces, and that's it. But when he's not Nika, what color he gonna be? I don't know. Maybe I should let people take a crack at it, and they can tell me what colors he should be. He also, this version of Brew has freckles. I just want to make that clear. It's not really clear because it was a sloppy sketch. But he's got freckles. He's got little blue freckle specks all over him. He's got them on his tummy and his waist. And he's got them on his face and his shoulders. He's got freckles. He's got blue freckle spots. Like a sea slug. 1 or 2 hours sleep and I can't read my own messages. Oh, what? What are you talking about? Haven't kissed his toe. Don't push yourself. What do you mean? He says, and I miss you. I miss you too. I love you. What did you mean? He's too powerful. They give him the bonk. Freckles. Yeah, he's got freckles. He's got freckles. He's got little freckies. I love him. I love him. He's got freckles. He's got freckles. And then my angel design, I think either the character sheet or the model itself, the artist started working on it, even though I haven't paid her, because she just wants to make it really bad, and like, I love that. I really feel appreciated and loved by the people around me. We have to give her lots of money, but we have time now.
Onion finds
We
him,
have
so
time
then the
now.
Usopp Defense Force chases him off the island, and
No,
he
I said
skedaddles
something
away
twice. I
until
work
he
from
passes
11 to
our
7.
good old
Oh,
friend
shit,
Axe
7-Eleven.
and Morgan. And
Never
you'll remember
forget.
that these two have a really important past,
Never forget,
right? With Django
7-Eleven.
hypnotizing him to say that he defeated Kuro. So it's probably for the
Never
best for
forget.
Django that Morgan
Never
was
forget.
passed out here. I believe this
I'm
is also
happy
the
I
last
haven't started
time
getting
we've
nauseous
seen
yet, 'cause
Morgan
this
in the
food
canon
is
manga
really
as
tasty.
well. In the anime, he
And I'd
did
be a
mention
little
that he wanted
disappointed
to
if it-
begin a
I started
Morgan
puking.
Empire, whatever that means. So I guess he's been busy trying to do that.
Yeah,
But
only
next
about
we get
one.
to see that Kaya's doing better now, and she's training to become a doctor now, which is great
Which
to
is
see.
so
But then we're
terrible.
right back to our boy Django
Small
arriving
victory.
at
Eh?
Ball Island, and
Small
it turns out the
W's,
Marines
small
are looking
W's.
for him. So of course Django puts on a
Oh
disguise,
my god,
and we
Taco.
see his
I have
real
47
eyes, which
more
are
2-hour
heart-shaped,
streams left.
just like his glasses. But then he
On
comes
Irium.
across a dance contest
I have
that he
47
can't resist, since
more
it is Mirrorball
2-hour
Island,
streams
I
left
guess,
on
which
Irium.
ends up lasting 3 whole chapters before Django gets finally
And then I
crowned the
can
winner.
leave.
He then chooses to share a drink with his opponent, who, if you haven't noticed by now, ends up being the Marine Fullbody,
Which is like-
who is now like Django's best friend
Yeah,
in the story. And
Gambare.
here we are
Yeah.
witnessing the beginnings of that. But then
I will be free
Captain
soon.
Eureka and the Tulip Pirates attack, and these guys
I'll be free
are
soon, baby.
probably why everyone makes fun of the East Blue. But this does provide Django with a chance
It's
to
gonna
escape
be
since
lit.
the Marines were busy. But
And then
the
we can
Tulip
move to
Pirates take a
Twitch.
girl hostage and get the upper hand. So this brings Django back, where
I'm
he
gonna
and
be
Full
full-time
Body
on
do this
YouTube,
tag
we
team
can move to
dance
Twitch.
attack thing, and they defeat all those pirates. But since Django is a wanted man after all, Full Body has to take him in,
I'm
where
doing good
Django
on
is then
YouTube.
sentenced to
I'm
hanging.
glad.
So then Full Body does the Dance of Objection, which gets the entire courtroom to start dancing together, which apparently earned Django's freedom, I guess, at least at the expense of Full Body also getting a demotion. So then they have to say goodbye, and we get this typical can't show that we're friends because you're a pirate trope that Oda loves to do, kind of like we saw with Kobe and Luffy before this, as well as Vivi after
Aw,
this. So Django
Azzy.
even tries to
Thank
hypnotize
you.
Full Body to just forget about
I'm
all
so
of this
sick.
until
I just spent like
Hina
$100
strolls by
on
and distracts all
medication
of them.
too.
So
So like
then,
that's
just like
actually
Kobe and Helmeppo
super
before
helpful. I
this, we see
appreciate it.
Django and
Thank
Full
you.
Body serving as chore
Oh my
boys
god,
in the
that's so
Marines,
helpful.
working
It's
their
like such
way
a
up the
relief.
ranks of today.
I hate being that guy. It's actually such a relief.
It got stuck in the branch that it was growing on.
I
And then
hate
it also
being
has
that
lines
guy.
where it
I
was
hate
on the
being
plant
the guy
that's
who like
still
is happy when they
perfectly
get
edible,
money.
just not visually as
It's such a
So
relief
next up we
though
have
because I spent so
Hachan's
much money on
Seaforth
my
Shoal,
meds
where we
just
see
now.
how Hachan got freed,
Even
and
though
then
I'm supposed
in
to have,
control
like,
of his
everything covered
takoyaki
'cause I'm on
ship, which
Medicaid,
we
it still
later
wasn't
saw
all
during
covered.
Saba Odi. And this is
spent
another
so
one
much
that
money
never got
on
animated,
meds.
but it
That's such a
begins with
relief.
Hachan
Thank you.
first
I
breaking free
appreciate
from
you.
imprisonment,
You're
then
very
deciding to
kind.
head home
You guys
and
are
helping out
generous
a panda shark
people.
along the way, and then said panda shark
As
feeds
you're generous
Hachan out of his
people.
refrigerator. But this isn't just any
I feel
fridge,
like I should
because
remove
make
my
sure
lower
you pay
intestines
attention to
completely,
what's
and then
hiding
maybe
in
I'll
the
stop
freezer,
shitting
'cause
blood.
this man just found
You
a
guys think
devil
that'll
fruit.
help?
I don't think we've ever
Heck
figured
yeah,
out
you
what that
deserve to
fruit
have
is,
safety
or if
net.
we
I
have any reason to
appreciate
believe
you.
it's moved since
Let's
then. And I kind of wonder
apply
if this was
to
a
an
normal fruit
agency
when it
and
was
see
first put
how
in there,
that
but
helps.
maybe someone drowned nearby, so it
Let's
reincarnated
see if that helps
as a
me
devil
in
fruit, sort of
where
like
I'm
we saw
at in
during
life.
Punk Hazard. But if you guys
You
have any
know?
other theories on what this fruit might be, make sure you let me know down below.
It'll
but
be more
next
of a
we see
safety net
Hachan
than
find
what
a
I'm doing
starving
right
man
now.
and feed him, and then get a ring in return.
You know?
So then he returns the ring to
think
the
that'll be
goldfish
nice.
princess, who gives him a golden trident in return, which he then uses to save a sea boar who spits out none other than Kami and Papag. This is what started their friendship that we obviously got to see
Oh, these
more
are
of
the
during
people I was
Saba
telling
Odi.
you
But
about,
then the macro
Ziri. They're
fishmen
the
pirates
ones who
show
have
up,
a
and
clothing
Hachan
shop
literally
that make
trades
famous,
Kami
expensive
away for a
clothes in One
takoyaki
Piece.
map, which will lead him to the legendary
Just be careful with the
takoyaki
H.
recipe.
Oh, I have
And
one
gotta
in mind
say,
that I
given
would be
what
in
we
a
saw
good
during
position
Saba
with
Odi,
because
this
they wouldn't
feels
own
a
me.
little bit out of character.
I
And I
feel
know he
like
was on
people, I think I was talking to Azzy about this, but I feel like people when they hear that you have to pay a management agency, they go, oh my god, that's terrible. But like, think about it. I have to pay them, which means I keep the rights to all of my shit. They're literally hired by me to do their job. Like, that's that's a better position to be in than to sell my soul and my IP to somebody who doesn't give a fuck about me. Right? So, hopefully I get on disability and we can just fund that, and then I can just have a manager and we don't have to stress about things anymore and we can just do cool stuff. Hi, random seventh person. I want to brag. Can I brag a little bit? I'm sick. Can I brag a little bit? I want to brag a little bit. I want to brag. Wait, where am I? No. This is one about Ace. I love Ace. Well, let's hope. What story is this? Oh, this is the one. Okay, we're not on that one yet. We're at this one. We're at Hachi. Yes, you are allowed. You've been in the hospital for over a day. Well, I hope everything is okay. Focus on your health. I forgot to proofread. I'm sorry. I interviewed yesterday. It was so long. Oh, I'm so happy. I forgot you did the interview while I was in the hospital. So it's not that I forgot. I just was doing other things. I was just gonna be like, people tell me no talent. I have no talent. But I didn't even tell anybody I was streaming, and I have 7 people here. And I don't even know who 4 of you are. I just want to point that out. 4 people in here are complete strangers and haven't said a word. So, there's 7 people in here. I didn't have to say anything. I just showed up because I wanted to stream and people showed up, and that makes me feel good. That makes me feel nice. It makes me feel good. Oh yeah. People giving me shit. You're not talented. Shut the fuck up.
We later learned Macro is known as the mermaid seller, but we'll roll with it, because Hachan apparently thinks he can win over some octopus girl with this new recipe. But when he gets to the spot on the map, he comes to find out that there is no
leaving
recipe,
stream to
so
go shit
Hachan
blood.
goes and
Isn't
gets
that
his
fun?
revenge.
Isn't that a
Not
fun
for
thing that we
taking
can
his
do?
friend to be sold into presumed slavery, mind you, but
think
for
that'd be
tricking
funny.
him about the recipe. And the irony
Brew,
of
you
that
have
is that
talent.
they didn't even
You're
trick
an
him.
artist,
It was
a
just
good
inside the
streamer, and very
octopus that Hachan
dedicated.
beat
And
up
I
down
try
there.
my
So
best.
now that
I'm
he's
dedicated
equipped
to
with
my
the
community
special
and
sauce,
making them
some
feel
treasure,
inspired
and
to
a
go do
giant
more
octopus,
shit.
he goes off to win over this girl, who actually
You guys
turns
see?
out to
Oh,
be kind of a
see what
piece
I was
of
saying,
trash
Ziri? That like
because she-
fishmen can look like anything. You saw one of them is just like a starfish. Well, he's just a starfish. But you see how these ones are like carp, and then this one is like an octopus, and then Pachi's also like an octopus. No, Hachi, he's a octopus, and then I forget her name. She's a mermaid. I think. Let me put him on screen. I think my boy fits in. I think my boy could be in this. I think my boy could fit in. And they also talk about in One Piece how like there's no fishman racism or whatever the fuck, where they're like, oh, well this one's a fishman and that one's a mermaid. Like, don't you guys hate each other? And it's like, no fishman gives a shit about what a fishman looks like. Your kids could look like anything. You don't judge your kids for like looking like a mermaid when you're not a mermaid. That's stupid. There's a whole thing they talk about being like racism is dumb. Oh, I see. Hi, Kenny. Hi, Kenneth. Kenny, look. Here's my fishman Brutus design. This is my One Piece Sona. This is my One Piece persona. He's a fishman. But this is him. This is like a Nika version of him. But he's a fishman. See? He's a fishman. He's a fishman who can't swim. Because he ate a devil fruit, which is like super silly. It's silly, but it's also kind of sad because he can't go back to Fishman Island without help. Because he'll drown. Because he's a fishman who can't swim. I think Ziri should be a mink. I think Ziri would be a mink. I think Ziri would be like a mink. Ziri, minks are like the furry type thing, but like I think you'd be like a mink and you'd have like an oolong. It's not oolong. That's not the word. Like, they have a supercharged form, and it's really cool. Yeah, but I think you would be one, because you could be any animal you want, and I think you'd be cool. I don't know what animal you would be, though. Maybe you'd be like a boar? Like a really cool boar? Or like, I don't know. I think a boar would be cool. But like, I don't know. What do you want to be? What do you want to be? You can't be like a lizard or anything. There's no like lizard mink. They're all fuzzy. The full moon form, yeah. I cannot remember the word. The word escapes me at the moment, but like, you know what I'm getting at. You know what I'm getting at. I was trying to Tasmanian devil. Ooh, like a Wolverine? Okay, like a Wolverine? I think that would be cool. I don't know what you would be. I think you would be super sick, though. I think you'd be super fucking sick. No, you can't be a dinosaur and a mink. There are no mink dinosaurs. You don't need a You could be a mink who ate a dinosaur devil fruit, though. That's an option. That is an option. You can't be a mink who is a dinosaur, but you could be a mink who ate a dinosaur devil fruit who turns into a dinosaur. So you could be like a bear, and then you eat a devil fruit, and you turn into a pterodactyl. A pterodactyl. Oh, so to answer your question before, I can't do Fishman karate because I can't swim. I can't swim, so I can't do Fishman karate. I can't do Fishman karate.
Making fun of a starving village that had
Dino
a sunken
devil
ship
fruit
land
furry.
on them.
Let's
But
go.
Hachan,
You could.
finally
It's an option.
remembering that he's a good person,
It's One Piece.
notices
You could be
the starving people and
Ziri, it's One Piece. There's a gun that ate a devil fruit, and now it's a dog. It's not a dog that ate a gun devil fruit. It is a gun that ate a dog devil fruit. There's no explanation how that happened, but it is a gun that turned into a dog. There are boats who have souls. I don't know. There's no explanation for it. It's so silly.
instead rushes to trade all his treasure for ingredients, and thus he finally gets
It's
to
so
start
silly.
his
It is, like,
takoyaki
beyond
stand.
silly,
And then
silly,
after
silly.
serving everybody, Hachan says that he wants to save the last box for She Who Is For the Streets, but the elder
She
of
Who
the
Is For
village
the
shows
Streets
up
is
at
so
the last
real.
second. So Hachan then has to decide who he's going to give the food to. And of course, our boy does the right thing and gives it to the elder instead. And it's a good thing he did, because the village
Good
decided
job.
to pay it forward and build him an
Good
entire
job.
ship, which
A sword
leads
that's
to
an
the
elephant.
grand opening of
Oh, yeah,
Takoyaki
that is also
8,
true.
which
A
is
sword
the
that is
very
also an
same
elephant.
ship we see the crew eating on during
And, like,
Saba
human
Ogi in chapter
fruits exist.
496. Even though this is a pretty small addition, I think it's so interesting that Oda essentially gave this ship an entire backstory when he really didn't have to do that. But because he did, it adds to that really deep world building that we've all come to appreciate in One Piece.
Albion Online.
I don't
is a
care
sandbox
about being online. We're
MMORPG
listening to
in
One
which
Piece
you
cover
write
stories
your
because I'm
own
sick.
story
Stop
instead of
stomping on my
following
parade.
the path.
Go away.
But next on our list is Wapple's Omnivorous Hurrah.
Wobble.
This is where we see Wapple go from losing to
Wobble.
Luffy
Oh my
and
god,
Drum
wait,
Kingdom
did you
to
read
becoming
Drum
the
Island,
king of
Ziri? Drum
Black
Island had
Drum
me
Kingdom.
crying.
And interestingly, this one
Who
did
dared?
get
They
animated,
tried to
but it was
interrupt
a
my
really
joyous
quick
time.
summary, which came out 600 episodes after the chapters
Did
for
you-
it
did
were
you,
released. Because instead, what they wanted
you
to
read
do
Drum
was pair it
Island,
with
Ziri?
Wapple's
Did you get
return
past
in the
Drum
post-time
Island?
skip,
Drum Island
which
is great.
honestly
Chopper is
makes
great.
sense because people
I love his
probably
mom.
need a
His mom
recap
is
of what
great.
happened
Did you know the
anyhow.
voice
But this
actor for
whole
her
thing
in
starts
English
off with
died
Waffle
recently? It's
eating
so sad.
everything in his path on the island that he
I'm
landed
so
on
upset
after
about it
losing
because
to
her
Luffy. We
voice
then
and
see
her
him
design
turn
is
into a
just
tree,
iconic.
a
Like,
lamp,
my
and
god,
a
if we
bench.
do
Then
a
he eats
dude,
someone's
she's
home,
S rank
and
for
then
me. If
finally
we do
someone comes to arrest this psychopath.
like
But
a
of
One
course,
Piece
he
character
runs away,
ranking,
which we know
she's
he's good
S
at,
tier.
'cause he
I
even
love
got away
her.
from the Gorosei Emu and CP0, and this ends up leaving Wapple destitute.
Oh yeah,
even
Chopper's not in
acknowledging
Vivi's
he's
arc. I
no
forgot.
longer a king. So then this vagabond
It's
starts
so
selling
good.
matches and eating
It's so
scrap
good.
metal under the
I
bridge,
cannot
which
wait for Ziri to
actually turns
read
into some
about
interesting
Kuma and
toys that
just
the kids
cry
like playing with.
and be
He then
mad at
starts
everybody
selling
and
them
just
and getting
cry.
a bigger and bigger shop, just like
What a
Robert
nuisance!
Redford in Animal
What
Crossing
was
Nook's
what a
Granny,
nuisance
and
I
his
was
son-
in life. To be alive is to be a nuisance. You will be a nuisance to everybody. When you die, it'll be a nuisance to everyone who's ever known and ever loved you. Holy shit, I cried. I cried. I cried. I sobbed. I sobbed like a baby. I fucking weeped. I weeped. I weeped. And it is Chopper's backstory. Chopper is such a cutie patootie. There's a type of Zoan, regular, ancient dinosaur, and mythical. Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true. It's true. It's true. You'd have to get an ancient Zoan, but like we're not gonna like hold you to being like how did you get a hold of that? Like doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you got a hold of it. You can just have one. I love her. She's so great. I know. She's my favorite. She's S tier. She is S tier. Her name escapes me, but she's S tier. I love her so much. I remember when I watched the series the first time. I haven't rewatched One Piece. I'm excited to rewatch it, but I haven't rewatched season 1. But I remember her being like my goat. I remember her being like my favorite character for like a little while. No way. No way, no way. No way, no way, no way. Who knows, you absolute little goblin. I'm sick. I'm sorry. I was shitting blood for 10 hours in the hospital. I was still shitting blood this morning. I don't know if I'm still shitting blood. I haven't checked. And I went to the doctor, the CVS, and I got my medication, and I was lonely, so I decided to stream. I decided to stream because I was lonely. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I spent like $100 on medication and then I came home and I was like, I'm lonely. I'm gonna stream. I love you made it, Bean. I love Bean. Bean. She is so good. She's a gilf. She's a gilf, dude. She's like 600 years old or something crazy. She's like 400 years old or something insane. Sneak stream. I did sneakily stream. I'm glad you made it, Bean. Yes! Dr. Kurana! You're her! I love her, my goat, my icon, my gilf. I love her. She's dude, her live action lady, hot. They made her so hot. So real, though. She's a gilf. Is it bad that I want to be a Sephiroth adopted by Skypiea and uses dials? No, that's sick as fuck. That's super sick. That's super sick. That's actually really sick. I think that's a good idea. He was lonely, but he didn't call us to be around him. Well, I didn't want to be a bother. I was like, maybe 1 or 2 people will watch some One Piece videos with me, but now there's 7 of you. 131 years old. Yeah, she's like old as shit. She's so hot. I want to be her when I'm older. She's still young. She's still young and spry. She's so cool. God, I love her. I love her so much.
Scientist even
My
does a
goat,
study
my
on these
icon,
toys
my
and finds that
gilf.
they're made of a special alloy now named
My
Wapo
gilf.
metal. And Wapo metal is extremely important. This is actually what
My
Frankie
gilf.
created the General Frankie out
My
of, because on
queen.
top of it being very durable, it's also a memory alloy, which lets him change back into pre-configured shapes, which is how Frankie's easily able to transform between Frankie Shogun, or the Brachio tank, or the motorcycle, and so forth. Frankie also made a comment about how Vegapunk's dream
Pound
was
Town?
finally realized with this metal, and I was
Hey
really
yo,
hoping we'd
I
get
don't
some
want to go to
exposition
Pound
on
Town
that
with
in
nobody. Are
Egghead,
you
but
kidding
sadly we
me?
didn't get a
I don't
whole
remember the
lot of
last time I
Frankie
had
Vegapunk
sex.
talk
You
at
know,
all.
people
And it
who've
seems
asked me
the
to have
Germa
sex
raid
and I keep
suits
being like,
also
what?
take advantage
No,
of similar
it's
technology,
crazy.
since they
I
also
don't think I've had
use
sex in like
memory
4
armor
years
as
by
Paris
pure
Barrow
choice.
has
I've
told
been
us,
dodging
which
it
we
like
kinda
bullets.
saw on display with Sanji vs. Queen already, when he popped right back into his normal self.
Oh my
after
god, they
getting all
got a
mangled.
Jamie
Now,
Lee
this
Curtis
isn't
for
from
her in
Wapo
live
metal,
action
since Germa
and
was
in
around
Love.
well before
Is Jamie
Wapo
Lee
metal hit the
Curtis?
market,
No,
but
it's
the
not
memory
Jamie Lee
aspect
Curtis. It's
is
somebody
still
else.
pretty interesting. So
I don't think it's
anyway,
Jamie Lee
we
Curtis.
next get to see the final
No, wait,
evolution
no,
of
no, no,
Waffle's
it's not.
toy store.
No,
as well
are
as
you
the Baku
serious,
Baku
Yuri? I'm in
factory,
love.
and
No,
the
wait, no, one
creation
second.
of
It's
the
not
Waffle
Jamie Lee Curtis,
Corporation.
but that would have
And
been a
with this
great fit.
newfound
That would have
wealth,
been fucking
Waffle
goated.
manages to marry Miss
They don't have
freaking
any.
universe,
Oda has not
and
picked any
somehow
like
this man
famous
has
famous
made his
people
way
to pick
back
to
the
play any
top,
of these
which is
characters. He's
also
finding
what let
people that
him
he
join
thinks
the
like
Red Army
embody the
later on.
characters, not
This is
people who just look
honestly
like
one of
them.
the most consequential
Which like
cover
he's so
stories
smart for
because
that.
not
The guy
only
who
is
plays
Waffle metal
Sanji is so like
incredibly relevant, but he wouldn't
unbelievably
have even had the
dedicated.
chance
It's
to
crazy.
save
Taz,
Vivi
I love you,
after
Taz.
Red
You're
Raid
so
if he
adorable.
didn't get recognized as the king of Black Drum due to all of this. So I think this is yet another masterful way of Oda bringing a villain
my God,
back
what?
in a meaningful way,
I like that
but
Waffle.
making it
Wait, I like that Waffle and his beautiful Miss Universe wife are like, they're not just like married because like Waffle's a piece of shit, but like she's not just married to him for the bag. Like she's actually like they're like happily married, and I kind of fuck with that. I kind of love that they're like happily married. I think that's really wholesome. Oh, also, Azzy, I'm gonna play because I figured out I think how to install like customized chats through OBS. So I'm gonna probably evolve past a live studio chat at some point. I'm gonna still use a live studio for the effects and everything, because a live studio, even when you find ways to use things that aren't on there, there are still so many things you can use for it. It's such a good beginner tool. I love a live studio. I might, because I found some really custom cute chats that have hearts, and I like the idea of my chat having hearts. So I might put that in. I might buy that and put that in. Yeah, so we might do that soon. We might add some more customizations. I love to customize. It's my favorite part of streaming. Makes sense. My Enel. I love Enel. He used to be my favorite One Piece boy. I used to be like, Enel is so cute. I love him. He's such a piece of shit. And then I was like, okay, no, Zoro's my man. And then I met Ace, and I was like, it's over. It's Ace now. It's over. It's Katie Sagal. And oh my god, her cheekbones are stunning. Very facts.
feel very realistic thanks to the cover story. But now we're moving on to the next cover.
My
story, which is
baby!
Ace's Great Blackbeard Search. And as the name implies, this
I
shows
love
us
you.
where Ace visited while looking for Blackbeard
I love
so he
you.
could get revenge for what happened to Thatch. And we start off with Ace dine and dashing from a restaurant called Pasta Lake, and you'll notice that Ace is also in the Nika pose back there, and this was obviously well before we ever learned who Nika was, but this did come out very close to the climax of Skypiea, and only 25 chapters before we got this panel with Luffy in the Nika pose celebrating with everybody, so I definitely think Nika was on Oda's mind around this time. But then we see Ace continue
Look
his
at my
search,
little
even asking
gremlin
people
of a
around town
man.
for information, all while the pasta chef is still in hot pursuit since Ace didn't pay his bill. And then Ace actually finds Blackbeard, except it's the wrong one, because it's Dr. Blackbeard.
I love the idea of this, by the way. I love Ace so much because you've never seen a man hate so productively before. This man straight up said, I am your number one hater, but I hate you so much, and I have so much faith in you. That I believe that you could have gotten a medical degree. I believe that. I believe with my whole chest that you fucking killed one of my fucking brothers and then dipped and then you got a medical degree. I believe that because I hate you so much that I think you have that dog in you. I fucking love He saw Dr. Blackbeard and he's like, I believe it. I believe it. I hate you that much. I have that much faith in you that you could have done something this fucking asinine. I believe that. I wish I was that much of a hater. Am I that much of a hater? Wait. Am I that much of a hater? Do you guys think I can hate that much in my life? Ace, what a mess. I've only known him for like 5 chapters, but I love him. I love Ace. He's just such a hater for no reason. Ace, you hater. You hate like it's an Olympic sport. You are a hater like no other. You are such a hater, my love, my beloved, my little baby boy. You're such a fucking hater. He is a crash out king. Crashed out so hard he died. We still got to figure out how Blackbeard ate a second devil fruit. What did Luffy and Zoro meant when they met Blackbeard for the first time and they said that they instead him? What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't think he ate a devil fruit. I think he's found a way to absorb devil fruits, because if he ate the devil fruit, the devil fruits are reincarnated, right? How devil fruits work is that the person who eats it has to die, and then the thing has to be reincarnated, right? So, like, he somehow absorbed the devil fruit before it reincarnated, because he didn't have to eat shit, because he didn't eat a devil fruit. The devil fruit didn't manifest. It manifests as like it takes an actual fruit somewhere on the planet, and it manifests into a devil fruit from an actual piece of fruit somewhere on the planet, right? And the likelihood of it just manifesting in the same location is like bar none. There's just no way. It just wouldn't have happened. So like whatever he's doing is somehow like getting in there right before it reincarnates and then just transitioning the power to himself. But like how the fuck do you do that? How are you doing that and then not dying? Because you're not supposed to be able to have eaten 2 devil fruits at the same time, which implies, that implies that you can't eat 2. Rectangle is a square, but a square is not a rectangle. You can have 2 devil fruit powers at the same time, but you can't consume 2 devil fruits at the same time. Which I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm just saying logic statements. I'm just saying things that make logical sense. I want candy. Oh, ooh, I forgot I had this tea. I have peach oolong tea from CVS. And also nerd rope clusters. Okay, wait. Can we talk about nerd rope clusters for a second? Can we talk about... They're called nerd clusters, but let's be real. Let's be so fucking for real. These were once nerd ropes, and then they realized they couldn't sell nerd ropes because parents were like, this is too ridiculous of a candy. So what they started doing is they started cutting them into tiny little itty-bitty pieces, and for some reason, everybody suddenly came around to it, right? Everyone came around to it. Everyone was like, oh yeah, no, I fuck with this heavy. I fuck with this. This I fuck with. I let my kids eat this. But eating a whip of candy, no. But eating small chunks of a whip of candy, yes. This is just because I don't see nerd ropes anymore. I know they're out there. From what I remember, they're out there. But like, they didn't stop making nerd ropes. They just cut them up. They just added a step where they cut them up now. They're so fucking based for that, though. They're like, this is a good candy. You guys are just sleeping on it. We'll make it so that you guys will eat it. When they met, yeah, it's my mouth. Ew. Okay, when they met Blackbeard, they both said that Blackbeard is a them instead of a him. When Nami calls Blackbeard a him in Mocktown, the anime and Mock, they did not try to hide this fact. That's yummy. And for better for consumption. I guess. Okay, I don't know. I only have 4 likes out of 7 people here. I will not continue my stream until I get more than 4 likes. You will not fuck up my analytics. I will not be disrespected this way. Do not disrespect me. Did that happen? That, like, Blackbeard is a collective? That's interesting. I don't remember that. That's interesting, though. I don't remember that. That's interesting. If he did do that. I don't know.
So this gets Ace thrown into the river,
Look at
which
my
is
baby
bad
Ace.
because he can't swim because he does have a devil fruit. So he gets saved by a farm girl
can't
further
swim.
downstream, who ends up being Moda the milkmaid. You might remember her from when Bello Betty stopped at Lelucia, because Moda was the girl that fought back versus Pinkbeard, and who is now with the revolutionaries at Kamabaka Kingdom. And so this would obviously then mean that the island Ace has been on the whole time is Lelucia, which obviously doesn't exist anymore. And I kinda wonder how
okay.
Goofy's gonna feel when he
Okay.
finds out it.
That's so sad. Okay. The whole island just fucking gone now. That shit zapped. That shit ban gone. We are Blackbeard, we are Legion. Oh, fuck off. I love how Brew is like, I'm pulling this car over until I get respect. No, I haven't gotten any respect, by the way. No one's liked the stream. No one else has liked the stream. Y'all fake as fuck. I was in the hospital shitting blood, and you guys can't, like, just show me a little bit of grace and like a goddamn stream? That's crazy. 7 of you sat up in here, pulled the fuck up, cannot just give your boy one little fucking piece of fucking grace and like a goddamn stream. My god. My god. My god. I like when it always comes. What do you mean? Wait, does it imply either Blackbeard is multiple persons in one, or he is a different race? I don't think he is, though. Hate Watchers. Yeah, Hate Watchers. Like the guy who was a Nazi. I got my first Nazi. And when I told Max, by the way, when I told my wife, I got my first Nazi last night on stream, and I'm very proud of myself. He went, I'm so proud of you. He said, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy that for you. I'm so proud of you. That means you're, like, actually, like, that means you're actually, like, out in the waters of the Wild West of the internet. That means you've actually set sail, because that means people are finding you who have nothing to do with you. Oh my god, amazing. That was so funny. It was a funny night. Oh no, yeah, Zir, you missed it. My first Nazi was in the chat, and he stuck it out for 2 hours, and he was like, you're obsessed. And I'm like, I am. I'm obsessed with you. I'm obsessed with the fact that you're here. Oh my god. Oh, and then Audio said that was a funny stream, that he's gonna clip it at some point. I liked the stream boy. They disrespectful hoes don't know how to behave in front of an alien. They, him, baddie. War veteran. Why am I a war veteran? I was here, I just couldn't type. Oh, you were watching? It was funny. It was funny.
Wasn't just any
love
old
that
island
Max
that
is
got
so
deleted,
supportive.
but
Max
one
is
with
such a
Ace's
sweetie.
friends on it,
Me and him
and one
talked
that
for,
Ema
like-
was attacking
we talked for a
specifically to get
while.
Sabo. So both
He
of them
might
were tied to this
might
island,
graduate
which I think
into
is
a new
interesting.
character,
But then
because me and
Moda
her are
asked
talking, and he has
Ace
this new
to
character
deliver
that
a
I
letter
love
for
so
her
much,
for
and I
all
hope
that
he
she did
does.
for
I hope he
him,
graduates
which
to a
he,
new
of course,
character.
obliges. And it then takes him over to the
Look at
Marine
my
Jimmy
baby
2 base,
Ace.
where we almost get like a G8 arc, except it's for Ace this time instead of the Straw Hats and the filler. So Ace then puts on a disguise
Look at
and
my
infiltrates the base, where he immediately makes a detour.
Okay, wait. I'm never this guy usually. I never talk about things on my throne, but I will talk about an item on my throne that I want so badly. There is an Ace figure that is from this cover story, where he's dressed as a Marine, and it's the most amazing figure I've ever seen in my life, and I want it so bad. Like, you could get a cool Ace figure, sure, but I want an Ace figure where he's dressed as a Marine. It looks so cute. Hi, Gonzo. Hi, Gonzo. Gonzo, I'm sick. I'm very sick. I was shitting blood in the hospital yesterday for 10 hours. and I have colitis now. They don't know what kind of colitis, but I've been sick for 6 months. So the idea of me having like just infectious colitis is very unlikely to me. I definitely have like ulcerative colitis or whatever. I just have to prove it. I still have to prove it, which is so annoying that like I still have to prove to my doctors that I have a chronic illness and that all the 6 months of me being sick is chronic and not a thing you can just give me antibiotics for. They have me on antibiotics. Mind you, my doctor currently is the doctor my mom had when she had cancer, because my mom's had cancer 3 times, including colon cancer. So, like, hopefully it's not cancer. Hopefully I don't have cancer. Let's hope I don't have cancer. But he's like, I'll let you finish your antibiotics, and once your antibiotics are done, we're going to go right back into giving you scopes. Because I had 2 colonoscopies within 3 months, which I just want you to know that's not normal. Usually you get a colonoscopy every 5 to 10 years. I had 2 in 3 months, and then I'm getting another one probably in like 2 or 3 weeks because I'm just too sick. And they want to know what's going on in my stomach. So, that sucks. But he's gonna check again, and he doesn't not believe me. It's not that he doesn't believe me. It's that he just needs hard proof of whatever is going on in me, because he thinks maybe all of the blood is just like, oh, you're just sick. You're just a little sick, you have an infection. But I don't know. It's been 6 months, and he's listening to me. He's like, it's been 6 months. I kind of hear you on this. It probably is ulcerative colitis, but if it is that could be life-threatening, so he doesn't really want it to be that, which just makes sense. Because if I get like an enlarged colon, it can kill me. Like, no, like there's no fixing that. I would just die. So there's that. So he's hoping that it's not ulcerative colitis or whatever, ulcerative colitis. Yeah. So like, he doesn't want it to be that. He wants it to be something he can just give me antibiotics for, and that just be the end of it. But like, being so fucking for real, I probably have something that could kill me, which is like, I guess whatever. I don't care. If I'm dying, I'm dying. If I'm dying, I'm buying a passport and I'm going to go on a bunch of trips and I'm going to start doing cool shit. Who cares? Let's hope. It's kind of Goof Troop. Yeah, it is kind of Goof Troop. Goof Troop. If it makes you happy, plus we are always happy to help Max. I love Max. We're gonna help Max. When Max decides he's gonna graduate into his new character, we're all gonna pull up and we're gonna help him make his OBS look great. Okay? He's gonna be like this, like, Midwest polar bear, Coca-Cola man, and I love the idea of it. It's gonna be great. That's bad. It is bad, but, I mean, such is life. Let's hope. My PS2 got overheated and the fan sounds like a diesel engine with an air starter turned on. Nice. Yeah, things are sketchy on the front, and we hope someone finds what is going on there. We all wish you the best, man. Thank you. Don't want that nope winning attitude. If I'm dying, crying is not gonna fix anything. Like, what is that gonna do for me if I just start crying? Oh no, I'm dying. Okay, well, like, I should go live my life. Like, what do you mean? I should go to my doctor and take my medication and I should go live my life. That's my attitude anyway. I've wanted to be dead since I was like a kid, so like, I'll be so real. That doesn't really scare me. What scares me more is not getting to make the impact on people that I want. Which is, I want people to be inspired to do more and to pursue their dreams and goals. That's what I want. If I don't get a chance to do that, I probably would die unhappy, but I wouldn't be scared about death, per se. You know? I would also be, like, upset at the... Like, dying doesn't scare me. What scares me is the people around me getting upset about it. Because I can't control people being sad about it, and them being sad about it is a sign that they loved me, and I can't stop people from loving me. I said this earlier. You're a piece of shit and a dipshit if you try to stop people from loving you effectively. It just makes you an asshole. Like, if people love me, I can't get, like, upset that they love me. My lack of lust for life has nothing to do with if people love me, right? I know people love me. If I die, I'm sure I'll be a nuisance upon them. My death will be a nuisance, and it'll make them very sad, right? And I don't want that. I don't want to be a burden onto people in death, right? Right. So there's that. But I also know that I'm not, like, I don't know, I'm not scared. I'm not scared. Shitting a ton of blood was scary, though. Like, just going to the bathroom and then just there being nothing coming out of you but blood is kind of scary. That was scary. But, you know, I called a bunch of friends yesterday. I called Eggy. I called Max. And I sat in the hospital and I just talked to my friends. And I got a CAT scan and I was chilling. And, like, you know, people care and it was nice. I told my close friends. I told Duncan. I told Ingrid. Ingrid took me to the hospital. People care. People love me. People care. I don't know. I'll be fine. Let's just hope I can get disability and I can get into an agency and we can, like, you know, we can be financially stable enough to be able to, like, enjoy life if I am dying. No winning attitude. You making an impact by just being you and allowing us to spend time around you, dear Woodis. No, that's not the impact. That's not an impact. That's an effect. Impact means I had a big enough platform where I can tell people they need to fucking pursue their dreams and fucking lock in. I want a big enough platform where I can yell to the rooftops. You have so much to live for, and there's so much you can do with your life. There's so much you want to do with your life, and you should do it. If you're scared of failing, all failing is a life experience. And if you get to experience life, that's wonderful. You should not be scared to experience life. I know it's bad to feel bad things, but bad things are a feeling, and you should be so enthusiastic about the fact that you get to experience something. I want to be on a big platform so I can yell at people. More people. More than 7 people. Big platform. That's the reason I've started VTubing. People VTube because they want attention, right? I VTube because I've had my face out there. I've gotten popular with my own face, and I don't want that anymore. I don't care about people looking at me and telling me I'm hot. I know I'm hot. I don't need people to tell me that. I like living through my own art, though. I like designing characters and living through my art and supporting small artists, and that makes me happy. I chose VTubing for a very specific reason. Not because I'm hiding from people, but because I want to express myself in a way that you can't do with, like, tangible things. You can do things with fiction that you can't do with real people, right? So, like, I chose VTubing for a very specific purpose. I chose to do weird shit with my character design that, like, people told me not to do. Like, don't make your eyes change color. Don't make your eyes change color. If your eyes change color, it's gonna be distracting and everyone's gonna fucking hate it. That's stupid. I just wanted to do it. I wanted to be able to express myself without having to use fucking hotkeys. Like, my point being, I don't want to die without having an impact on more people. When I get a big enough impact, I'm sure I'll die, which is fine. But until that happens, I'll be disappointed if I die too soon. Okay, let's hope my colon doesn't explode. Let's hope it doesn't fucking explode. It would, I bet that was scary. It was scary because, like, my mom had cancer, and that's how her cancer started. Or that's how she found out she had cancer. She went to the bathroom and there was just blood. And I was like, do I have cancer? That sucks. My attitude was, that sucks. I wasn't like, I was scared. I was like, this sucks. What the fuck? I don't want cancer. Yeah, I'd be a trip manifesting good things for me this year. Yeah, let's hope I get good things this year. That'd be sweet. Okay, I'm locking in and getting into affiliate programs and reaching out to get partnerships and making my own merch because you inspired me. I'm happy I did that because you could have done that the whole time. That's the thing. I'm not doing anything special. I'm just some dude. I'm just a dipshit. But, like, people don't hear you can pursue your shit a lot. They don't hear that enough. And they don't hear it from somebody who means it enough. I mean it. So, like, I wish I could tell more people that because I mean it. And more people need to hear it from somebody who means it. Right? That's my thing. Lord forbid it'd be fun. Yeah, Lord forbid I have fucking fun. Lord forbid I have fucking fun. I've been wanting to do a live 2D model with multiple spooky eyes, and seeing how Azzy and Liam makes your model made me realize it is possible. Yeah. It's gonna be more expensive because there's a lot of eyes, but, like, it's not that it's impossible. It's that you just don't have faith in yourself, and you just need somebody to tell you to have faith in yourself, and you should. Because, like, your ideas are good. You just need to pursue them. That's all. Your ideas are good, you just need to pursue them. People always made it sound like it was something people could only do when they have bigger followings. So hearing you say it was like, I can do all the things. Yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want. People trying to tell you you can't do things is because they're defeatist. I am not defeatist. You can't have multiple models within your first year of streaming. It's a bad idea. It's too expensive. And if you ever try to do that, and no one's going to follow you because no one's going to be able to keep track of you. Guess what? This is like my third design. Within a 6 months of me VTubing, this is my third design. And guess what? People fucking know who I am, and they can keep track of me. Keep up. Like, if you are such a loser and you can't, like, come up with big ideas and you can't commit to them, sounds like a skill issue. I don't have that issue. Neither do you, Ziri. Neither do most people. The only reason you even have that fucking skill issue is because you're not trying. Skills are earned and learned. You're not born with skills. You learn them. What do you fucking mean? Oh, you can't do that thing. Yes, you can. Stop being so fucking defeatist. That's so lame. I hate that. That's lame to me. That they do not enough encouragement in the world to many people say this day in the corner. Exactly. My goal in life is to be bigger than the biggest VTubers out there so that I can do better than they have. I feel like a lot of the people who are like in the top 10 VTubers, or not even the top like 3, they just are huge and they're sitting on their fucking lots of money like little fucking dragons, and they don't do anything I think is profound. Like, I don't care. Like, holy shit. Do you think I'm gonna only donate money to people who have colitis now that I have it? 'Cause I'll be damned. I'll be damned if I'm making millions and the only people I give a shit about are people affected by what I'm affected by. 'Cause I think that's bullshit. I personally, just by the by, think that's bullshit. Like, yeah, I want people with colitis to, like, not be dying and shitting blood, sure. But, like, what about everybody else? What about people with Crohn's? What about people with MS? I know you can't save everybody, but my god, you have the money to make the attempt. Like, do it. That's my personal thought. If I have the money to do that, I, of course, am going to donate to places that I give a shit about, like cancer research, because my mom's had cancer, and I'm going to donate to fucking Crohn's and fucking colitis, sure. But, like, why would I ignore my chat telling me, hey, can you do a fundraiser for people with MS? Why would I ignore you? You have a valid point. Like, yeah, we should do a fundraiser for that. I can allocate time to that. I have so much money, I'm so comfortable. Why would I not? I don't need all of that money to be happy. Like, what would I do? What do we do with all this money? I'm gonna pay for my mom and my stepdad to retire somewhere, and then I'm gonna use all that money to do other shit. Oh, but if you spend all the money, then you won't have it. Okay, skill issue. Do more cool shit, and people will give you more money. What are you talking about? That's lame. That's lame. I shouldn't scream so much. It hurts my tummy. Manifesting good things for Booby. That'd be sweet. Not gonna lie, I'm locking in and getting extra. I read that already. Where am I? And all your models are amazing and we love them. Thank you. I try my best. Having multiple models is a quirk or character. You are a shapeshifter after all. Exactly. Like, that's why I wanted multiple characters. I wanted multiple designs and stuff that represented me and, like, obviously conveyed the idea that I'm a shapeshifter. Like, I can do this all day and change my Scalaris to black, right? Like, I can do this all day and change my Scalaris to black, right? But I don't think that's fully conveying that I'm a shapeshifter. Like, this is pretty cool. I am very excited about this character thing I can do now. However, if I could do that with my whole skin texture, I would love that. If I could do it where I have different outfits every month, I would love that. And if it's expensive, it's expensive. But do you know what's great about being somebody who's genuinely passionate and has ideas that they mean, and they treat the people around them like they love and respect them? People are willing to support your ideas without expecting financial compensation immediately. Like, I'm so grateful that as he said that she'll do the sketch, or she started the sketch or started the model. I don't know what she started, but she'll start the thing for the Angel Brutus. And she started it just on her own accord because she has faith in me and she loves it, the idea so much. Not because I asked her to, not because I twisted her wrist. We were fundraising to give her the money, and she said you can give all the money to Leon because Leon needs it more. And she's just willing to make me a model. Why? Because I'm passionate about this idea, and it makes the people around you passionate, and they have faith in you. If you have an idea, if you treat people around you well, and you're not... If you are coming from a place of genuine, like, artistic passion, and you're not taking advantage of people, people can tell when you're not taking advantage of them. And that is a skill issue, though. Because there's tons of people around us who just want to scam people and be assholes. I don't want to take advantage of anybody. I just want my art to happen. I just want my artistic vision to happen. I'm not trying to take advantage of anybody. If you want to take advantage of people, y'all can keep all that. I don't want that. That's lame and gross and weird. I don't want to do any of that. I want my artistic vision to happen. That's all I care about. If people around me are willing to make that happen, I'm super happy to support them and give them money. I'm super happy to shout them out and give them money. I'm super happy to do that. If they want to do it without compensation, I'm still happy to shout them out. Like, I'm happy to get them more work where they can make up that money somewhere else. That's me personally. I just don't like the idea of people taking advantage of other people. That's stupid and lame, and that's a really big problem in the VTube space. I think that's gross. I think that's gross. Personally, I think that's fucking gross. I think that's fucking lame. Whatever. Having multiple mouths is my quirkiest. Preach. I'm gonna donate to Alzheimer's. Cause that's how... I'm missing this. I'm gonna donate to Alzheimer's what? Cause that's how I lost Void Dad. See? There's other things you can support that just don't necessarily affect you. And I think that's the correct thing to do if you have that dog in you. But also I have a lot of other stuff I feel a lot of feelings about. Exactly. I was going to do more cool stuff. Exactly. I love that she's so cool. Exactly. It is so lame and gross. Yeah. I want people to do more. Just in life. I don't mean do more for other people. I just mean do more in life. Just do more in life. Like, live out your passion and just do more in life. Pursue your goals and dreams and stuff. I know society and, like, the world around us is awful. And, like, it makes it seem like it's no point in doing it. But you gotta try and pursue the things around you. Because who's to say that the things you want to pursue don't make the world a slightly better place by you existing? Carrying on wills or whatever, you know? Having that will, carrying on people's wills. It doesn't take anything special for you to carry on other people's passions besides you embodying those passions and doing it in your own way. So, like, why not? Why not?
Over to the cafeteria, of
I gotta
course,
carry on
and
my
then he builds onto that strong
grandma
start by
and my
knocking out a
godfather,
Marine who talked trash about
great
Whitebeard,
uncles.
which is honestly kind of cool.
Love of life and passion to be kind to people. You know? To be kind and party. They love to party. That excitement and lust for life. I hate being alive. I've wanted to be dead my entire life. I've had so much trauma and so much, like, people beating on me or assaulting me. And, like, I haven't, like, wanted to be alive. But, like, now I'm old and I'm like, you know what? I guess I'll just choose to be alive now. And if I can take being alive and do something that makes other people happy, I think that'll be good. Because I don't want to be here. My life is wasted on me, right? It's a waste. But if other people can find value in it, then, like, it's not a waste anymore, right? If I can be alive for just a little bit longer so that I can make other people feel a lust for life that I never got to enjoy, then, like, yeah, no, I think that's worth it. I think that's worth it. Give people a lust for life that you don't have, because you know that that's what would be better for the world around you. That's where I'm at.
Cool. So he then somehow slips on a commander's outfit and sneaks into a meeting where the coffee
Brother!
apparently tastes terrible.
Brother, don't yell at
including in
me.
the
I was
opinion of
lonely.
Vice Admiral
I was
Bowman,
lonely, so
who
I
we also
screamed.
saw during
I was
Marine
shitting
Corps, by
blood.
the way. At which point an intelligence ship arrives
I was shitting
and
blood for 10 hours in the
spontaneously
hospital
catches on
yesterday.
fire due to some other pirates. This causes Ace to jump in and save the day because he does have fire powers, except it ruins
Brother,
his
look, it's
disguise
Ace.
because he was still
Brother, look,
on
it's
fire
Ace.
when he came back but wasn't really affected by it.
Brother,
So
look,
while
it's
he
Ace.
still
I
has a
will not yell at
chance,
you.
he delivers Mota's letter to
You will not yell at me because you love me, and you know that I am chronically ill. And you are chronically ill, and we are chronically ill together. I was shitting blood this morning, and I've been really sick, and I'm in pain, but I'm just lonely, so I wanted to stream because I was lonely. So I'm here on YouTube. I'm not on Irium, but, like, I don't want to be on Irium right now. It's 47 more streams, 2-hour streams, and then I don't have to be on there anymore, and we can escape to YouTube forever. Which is exciting. That's exciting. But, yeah, I was shitting blood. Brother, wait, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna send you a picture. Let me show you how much blood came out of me. Brother, let me show you how much blood came out of me. Damn sorry, I think the new model is cute. Isn't he so cute? Wait, hold up. We're gonna go over here because Brother hasn't seen the model. Okay, come here. Okay, let me unlock it. Because I'm gonna show you all the cool things it can do. Let's see. Oh. Okay. Because Brother didn't see my debut thing, and Brother doesn't really watch VODs. Where is it? Where is it? Brother would watch VODs, though. Brother would. Okay. Okay, wait, look. It's super, it can do all kinds of stuff. Look. Okay, first, I have a new toggle, Brother. Let me get my phone. Okay, wait, Brother, you back? Or is Brother on his phone? What? Brother, this is how much blood came out of me. Okay, Brother, that's how much blood came out of me. I'm here. Okay, wait, Brother, look. Okay, first of all, I think the rigging is just kind of really good. I think it's really cute and really good and bouncy. But look, first, I have a toggle that can, like, make the tentacles go away. This is a new toggle I asked for. So there's this one. I have a gay little toggle I added, but that's not important. I have this one, and then I can also make them go up. I can also make them go up and top behind my back. Like, I think that's pretty fun. So there's that. And then, I'm gonna zoom in. Okay. So I got these ones. They are, emotions. They're like emotions. Woo. This is fine. Yeah, this works. Okay. So wait, I think you'll like this one. This one makes me look so fun. This one makes me do this though. This one makes me do this. This one makes me do that. There's that one that's just like silly. This one makes me look angry, but this, you're gonna like this one. Wait, watch. They make my Scalaris turn black! I have one that makes my Scalaris turn black. Isn't that cool? It makes my Scalaris turn black. That's a recent one. That's a new one. I was like, can you make my Scalaris turn black when I'm angry? And he said, yeah. But, like, I can just freely do this. This is not attached to this. I know, right? So there's that one. There's just, like, blushy cheeks. And then this one. Wait, Brother, look. All of my eyes get Ghibli tears. Zoom in. All of my eyes get Ghibli tears. But, like, what? Peep this. Look at my pupils. They move in different directions. They move in opposite directions. Right? Like, look. Move in opposite directions. They move in opposite directions. They move in opposite directions when I look around. Also, my ears just move a lot. I made my ears move, like, a lot. I figured out how to make them move like crazy much. There's that one. There's this, like, eyeshadow thing that makes me look upset. There's money signs. Money. I'm Mr. Krabs. I like money. Right? There's that one. Okay, let me... Where? I'm Mr. Krabs. I like money. There's that. And then there's... Oop, not that one. Oh, I added a milk top... Oh, wait, no, this is just stupid. I'm adding out of order. Okay, wait. This one makes my eyes turn, like, little hearts. This one's just cute. There's that one. This one gives me a mustache and googly eyes. This one is cookie milk. It's Stu Leonard's cookie milk. I put milk on my head. This is the most important toggle, obviously. There's that one. This one just turns my pupils white. Oh, okay. Now I can't remember what the other ones do. This one gives me wonky glasses. This one, that doesn't do anything. What does this one do? Oh, this one puts a gay thing on my head. This one makes me gay. And then obviously, this one puts my tentacles up. The tentacles go down by themselves though. And then I have one that's for like reveals. Like this one puts me in like a blackout thing for like reveals if I make a new outfit. And then I think that's it. Oh no, this one puts sparkles on me. It's kind of hard to see, but it puts sparkles on me. Like I put twinkles on me. Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. Yeah. Maybe if you put it with both. No, you can't see it that good. That's okay. That's okay. I like to keep the milk on my head as often as I can. Sparkle, 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 beautiful. Autism be damned. He can balance milk on his head. The milk, the being able to balance milk is because of the autism. What do you mean? Also, when I smile, my eyes turn pink when I frown. My frown does not work as aggressively as it used to. I don't know why my frown's not working. Whatever. When I frown, my eyes turn yellow. I get resting mad face. But yes. But yes, because brother didn't get to see my model. So much blood. So you saw how much blood came out of me. Isn't it so much? It's so much blood. It was so much blood. I was supposed to go to work and then I didn't go to work. It was so much blood. No twinkles. I sent you a pic I'm working on, bro. Oh, let me see. I'm gonna look at it. Bro was in the toilet trenches. Right, people who loves him. Yeah, people love me. How much blood came out of you? How bad was it? Ask brother. Brother just saw a picture. It was like an obscene amount of blood. It was like a lot of blood. It was like half a cup of blood. No, it was probably a cup of blood. It was a lot of blood. Like a cup of blood just came out of me. Like a lot of blood came out of me. Trying to do wiggles. Look like cute dual tails. Yeah, they are. Yeah, brother, that's not good blood. There was so much blood. It was so much blood. Fave right there, blob. I am the blob favorite. I am the blob favorite. I like. Yeah. Oh, I think I'm so sad. Bouncy eyes. Yes. Money, 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 money. This is why I want them to make my live 2D phase. They'd make the eyes perfect. They would. They're so talented. Autism be damned. I can balance milk on his head. Yes. Buell sprinkles. Yay! The milk is the one of the best parts. It is. But jokes aside, they did an amazing job with your model. Yeah, they did a fantastic job. Brother, was it 1 liter or more or less? No, I think it was like a cup of blood. At least a cup or 2 cups of blood. It was a lot of blood that came out of me. It was just pure blood. It was pure unadulterated blood that came out of me. No holes barred. Ooh, brother, did I show you? Wait, brother, I'm gonna show you my Fishman Island, my One Piece Nika Brutus. Look at this Nika Brutus I made. Look at this Joy Boy Brew. He's a fishman. Brother, he's a fishman, but because he ate a devil fruit, he's a fishman who can't swim. He's a fishman who can't swim, so it's kind of sad, but it's also kind of funny. There's that design we were working on. I did a couple sketches, because I'm too sick to draw, but, like, I did a couple little sketches. See, there's this sketch I did of him, and then we have my angel design that we're working on. Brother, oh yeah, I already read that. Let me see if I can find the other design. Let me look. You would think I would save Angel Brew by this point, but he's in the bottom of my shit. He's like way dug deep. This is my Fishman Brutus Sona. Sorry, I'm back. My tremors got triggered, so I got a little extra work to cook. Oh, it's okay. I love you. Brother, I made a Fishman Island, a Fishman Brutus for my One Piece. My One Pieces. Does it do the cartoon stuff though? What do you mean the cartoon stuff? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Fishman Brew? He's a fishman. He's a fishman from Fishman Island, but he can't go back to Fishman Island because he can't swim because he ate a devil fruit. And he probably gets bullied and made fun of by other fishmen for it. I want him to have buggy eyes like... Yeah, yeah, of course he does. He's supposed to be like a Nika version of Brutus, so he can do all the Nika stuff. He can do all the Nika stuff. He's just happy. Isn't he cute? Isn't he a cutie patootie? I like him. He's a fishman. Cartoon force. Brother just wants him to be able to do Nika stuff. But he isn't like Nika. He's Joy Boy. He's Fishman, but he's a Joy Boy. Anyone could be Joy Boy, technically. If you believe in yourself enough, I mean, anyone can be fucking Joy Boy. Mika Joy Boy. I sent it to somebody recently. I don't know where I sent it, but I'm gonna find it so I don't have to keep scrolling for it because I'm lazy and tired and my tummy hurts so bad. No be Joy Boy. Why you mean no be Joy Boy? Me hoy me hoy. Hold up. There, found it. You know be Joy Boy because you're a potato? Who says Joy Boy can't be a potato though? Why can't Joy Boy be a potato? See this design, the artist who made my current model is working on a character sheet for them, and I think the model, I don't know, but they're doing it because they just like the design so much. So we have biblically accurate Brutus and we have Fishman Brutus in the works. What you in PT for? What are you talking about, huh? Physical therapy for the first... Oh, not me. Don't ignore me. That's pretty. There's that one. Oh, and then here's MILF Brutus. I have a couple of brew designs that I'm cooked up. Look at her. She's got like the hugest, biggest bazonga bitty titties, and there's just like the flimsiest little strap of something covering her nippy knops. You showed me the MILF. No, but I added more detail now. She's got strappy belts. And I kind of want the straps on her pants to fall and have at the bottom like a bow, and then have ribbons that trail behind her. I think that'd be cute. Basically, my muscles are officially a mess because they're so tight. And they told me to get a corset for my core muscles to support my back. Damn. Oh, you showed me milk. Yeah, see, it's got more detail. My tummy hurts so bad. Nande.
Mill, which was essentially just asking if they wanted any milk. And in the midst of this, Ace was also able to sneak away some information on Blackbeard, since it was an intelligence ship after all, which is likely what helped him find Teach on Bonaro Island. But then at the tail end of the cover story here, we see the Marines' food catering ship pull up to Lelucia, because that's where Moda's parents were. Her letter was almost like a trick to get them to come home, because she knew that they would be the ones to pick up the milk. And this ties back to what we saw earlier with the coffee, because this milk helps the coffee taste better. So overall, this was kind of a short and sweet cover story, but as with a lot of Ace's adventures, like when he met Tama, or Yamato, or Little Ors Jr., or even what we learned from the Ace novels, I have a feeling that some of these moments are gonna have a role later.
And no one's told me? Ace has novels? And no one told me? No one told me. Y'all suck.
As well, even if it's just like Moda and Luffy connecting over their love for Ace, like Tama and Yamato did.
I love Ace. Brenna's the only person I know with fucking high dive. Does anyone else have high dive? Brother is the only person who's ever bothered to download high dive.
Skills are a blessing from the goddess. They're not something you just choose to get yourself.
Like, what the fuck? Does anybody else give a shit about high dive? Or is it just Brother because Brother wanted to watch one show in specific?
Blue Sea Life, which shows us what Gadatsu went through after losing the chopper and falling down from Skypiea. And this cover story holds a very special place in my heart, because this is what helped birth my Pluton is a mole theory, which is still probably my all-time favorite,
is a
but
mole.
I don't want to get too ahead of myself
Pluton
already,
is a mole?
because where this all
Maybe.
begins is
That
with
kinda makes
Gadatsu
sense.
falling down
Oda,
into a
why
place
did you
called
hide
Yukari
the Ace
Island,
novel?
which is an
What?
island
That
will
is not
eventually
Oda's
be
fault.
filled
I
with
don't have
hot
Oda's
springs due
number.
to the
Oda
dream
can't
of this
text me
random
and tell me
dude
these
with a
things.
pickaxe.
You guys
so Gadatsu
can.
explains
What do you
to
mean,
him that
Oda?
his goal is to become the chief of the
Can't
Blue
blame
Sea,
Oda
but
for
in order
everything.
him to
Can't
get
blame
by
him for
the
this.
time
This is a
being,
you
he
fault
has to
thing.
help out this pickaxe guy. But when Gadatsu tries to, we actually see that he's struggling to breathe, which is
Oh my
kind of an
god, I
inversion
realized
of the
something that
effect
people
we've seen
do
on-
with their VTube models that I think is asinine and stupid. Can I complain? I'm gonna complain. I think it's so asinine and stupid and confusing. When people do this, let me show you. People when they're formatting their streams, right? They do this, right? And they take their model and they put their model over their chat like this. They like take their model and they put it over the chat like this. What the hell is the point of that? You can't read the chat now. You guys can't keep up with the chat because the chat is covered by me. That's asinine. That's stupid. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire... That's so dumb. That's such bad formatting. Am I so egotistical that I'm more important than the actual stream? That's dumb. That is so dumb. That is bad formatting. If this is meant to be an interactive thing, right? Right. Why in God's good name are you guys behind everything and not in front of everything? That's so stupid. Where's the frame? There it is. That's just bad formatting. I just wanted to complain a little bit about it. I think it's stupid. I think it's dumb. My cozy in this corner. Yes, I am. I fixed it. Odo, why did you... No, I'm so real. I'm being so fucking for real. I saw that and it kind of pissed me off. I was like... Does your chat feel like a part of your streams, or are they just like staring at you the whole time? Because like, what is the point of that? They can't keep up with anything because you shoved yourself over the chat. Like the chat wasn't above them. The chat was underneath them. Which is like, what's the point of having the chat on screen then? The chat on screen is so that people can read the chat while you're streaming, right? It's not for me. It's not for like visuals. It's for like... It's for practical reasons. There are practical reasons it's on screen.
On people like the Straw Hats or the Shandians when they suddenly went up into the sky. But then next we get to see Gadatsu continue his weird and completely unnecessary antics by not even being able to eat because he forgot to open his mouth, and he doesn't blink for
Rest
some
assured,
reason
guys, I did not
until
puke
one
this
day
time when I took
he's
my
digging
medication.
as he usually does and hits a mysterious creature of some kind, which is of course the boss of the Earth himself, who is a giant mole. This guy was the basis of my original Pluton theory, since he's wearing a hat with Mount Fuji on it, which we know is in Wano, and Pluton is right underneath that mountain, underneath something that they call the Mole Port, by the way. So I think this is yet another example of the really
by the way,
random
I think we
types of...
talked about this, but I didn't really explain myself in a way that was effective. Let me go back, like, here. This is perfect. Okay, so when we were talking before about Wano and being like the walls of Wano or whatever, what I was talking about when I was being like, when they say the walls of Wano must fall so that Wano can be like freed or whatever, these walls that are here now were not originally walls. They were just mountains that existed, because Wano was originally in the valley, and then when the earth flooded and the water rose, all of the fresh water that's in here rose with it, and they rebuilt Wano up higher where this mountain is. So when they say the walls of Wano must fall, they mean the walls of the current Wano, so that the old Wano can be like exposed to everybody. That was what I was trying to say. I can't remember who I was talking about that. I think it was Azzy. That's what I was talking about, being like, this situation, this is a more complex situation than you think. Because there is old Wano down here. The walls falling is just like, we gotta bring back old Wano so we know what's going on. Because nobody knows what's going on, because all of Wano is just underneath water, and we built new Wano on top. We don't call it new Wano because it's not new Wano anymore, but this is new Wano, this is old Wano.
Port, by the way. So I think this is yet another example of the really random types of things that you can find in cover stories that can lead to tons and tons of brand new theories. But then we actually see Gadatsu fight this mole in a battle of what they call the Dirt Boss versus the Sky Boss, which I think could be a subtle parallel to
Brother, are you a dirt boss?
Mainly the four gods
Dirt
that
boss.
we met in Skypiea. The Earth God, Sun God, Forest God, and Rain God. Because we also meet a forest boss here.
Oh, wait,
in
what?
God, Sun God, Forest.
Wait, what?
Mainly the four gods that we met in Skypiea. The Earth God, Sun God, Forest God, and Rain God.
Oh, I totally forgot that was a thing. What about the other gods? Are we gonna find the other gods, or is Nika the only god we're ever gonna talk about? Are we gonna come back to this at some point? There's no way. We have to come back to this at some point. There's just no way. There's no way. They have to bring that back up. They can't just, like, confirm a sun god exists and then not come back to this. There's no way. They have to come back to this. They have to.
Because we also meet a forest boss here in a few pages, and remember,
my
Gadatsu
tummy hurts
is
so
from
bad.
Skypiea after all.
I might
so
end
it
soon
would
because my
make some
stomach is, like,
sense if
really
we had a
hurting
little
me. I
foreshadowing
don't think
here
I'm
with him.
bleeding, but, like, I don't know. Maybe
for
I
now,
am.
what
I'm in
Gadatsu
so much
decides
pain
to do
again.
is
I need to take
alter
something to go
that
to sleep.
mole's helmet and start digging underground, where they finally unearth their first hot spring. This then brings out the forest boss, who Gadatsu also defeats no problem, and then they just keep digging. and digging and digging until
This could be your
they
ship.
end
You could
up
call
in
this your ship.
Alabasta. And we even see Koza
This mole
walking
could
by,
be your
which is
ship.
just
You could
pretty
call
awesome.
this a ship in
Always
One
been a
Piece.
big
This
fan of
counts.
him.
This mole's
but
a ship.
It turns out that Goro, the pickaxe guy that Gadatsu's been hanging out with, is Old Man Toto's younger brother and Koza's uncle. Even the One Piece world is smaller than you think. And I think it's pretty awesome that Goro was looking for hot springs, because you'll remember during the Alabasta arc, Toto was digging for water as well, which ended up being a pretty sentimental moment, I would argue. So obviously this whole finding water thing runs in the family. But then what they end up doing is turning that tunnel that the mole made into an actual route for tourists to use so they can also visit the hot springs. And in a lot safer way than normal, right? No need to go sail on the open ocean with crazy weather and pirates around and such. And the thing that took them from one island to another was that crab named Hisami, the one who looks pretty similar to the one Alvida and Buggy faced off from earlier. So then Vivi and her entourage pull up and make a visit to Gadatsu, and they decide to make
Oh,
use of
Ziri,
the
I want
hot
you to
springs
know
themselves, where
that
we
this-
also
the
see Gadatsu
fly-
being called a boss
the
of
fly
Blue
who was
Sea,
in
which was kind of
the
his
soup
dream
when we
originally,
meet
right? Maybe
Sanji.
he wanted to be a bigger boss
That
than this,
fly,
but still. Or
he has a
more
name.
specifically, what they actually call him is Bathman Master
He has a
Gadatsu.
name.
I bet Sanji wouldn't mind.
Every-
that name.
everyone
and
in
then
One
this whole
Piece is-
thing
is
ends
loved.
with us getting to see a layout of the entire Ukuri
Even the
Island
flies left in our
complex that
soup.
he and Goro created, which started
I heard that
out
would
as
make you
nothing
happy to
more than
know.
a bunch of holes
He has
in
a
the ground.
name.
This cover story,
I don't remember
maybe
his name,
more than any
but he's
other,
got a name.
exemplifies why
Amazing.
reading cover
Yeah.
stories is really, really important. Because Gadatsu's the type of character who would normally be on nobody's radar, but for some reason, Oda packed his cover story with so many little things that will probably come into play later. I mean, the dude met Vivi. Maybe she's gonna mention him when she finally
Care
returns
brew,
to the
everyone.
crew.
Love. Peace.
Therapy
Bye.
is a
Love you.
safe
See you
place to
later.
give you room to
Goodbye.
breathe,
I might not be
self-reflect,
here for much
process
longer
your
anyway. My
goals
tummy
and your
really,
own vision
really,
for your
really
life.
fucking
This time of year
hurts.
can bring some unique challenges.
I have like the
unexpected.
worst
And
stomach
speaking of
pain.
Vivi, our next cover story is actually about her former employers, and this one's called Miss Golden Week's Meet Baroque Works. This is another cover story that I've brought up on this channel a few times because, much like Gadatsu's,
Am
it's
I
a
bad
cover
at
story
reacting to
packed
shit?
with
Am I
little
like, should I
tidbits
stop
that
doing
might
this
carry
because
weight
I
later
wanna
on,
watch YouTube videos?
especially
Should I
now
stop
during
doing
Elbaf,
this?
because we met Miss
Rest, don't
Golden
push
Week
yourself.
on the
I'm
same
not pushing
island that we met
myself.
during
I'm not
Broken,
pushing
which
myself.
is exactly
I wanna
where this
watch
cover
and
story
eat my
begins,
lunch.
where Miss Golden Week is
And
staying
I want to
in Mr.
relax and eat my
Black's
lunch and
house
enjoy my
until
lunch, but
one
I don't want to
day
be by
she gets the
myself. I mean,
paper
let me
and
have
sees
company.
that all of her friends have been captured.
You don't want to keep me
Which
company.
This is also the first time she's seeing many of their faces.
You don't
want
wanna
to
keep your boss company.
secretive, and I find
Come on
that
now.
really, really interesting.
You don't wanna keep your man
because
company.
She still immediately
Come on
decided to
now.
pack up her bags so she could go look for them.
Am
This
I
shows
such a
that
bad
she really
boss that you
cared
want to
about her
abandon me in my
Nakama,
weakest
like
moments?
any typical pirate
Come on
would.
now.
So next we see her use her paint powers called Color Trap, which aren't from a devil fruit, by the way, to turn
By
into
the way, this girl, I think she's either 16 or 15. She's like 16 or 15. But like, there's another girl who's 16 and she's like built like a bombshell, right? And people were like, "Wow, Oda, you've really changed." And it's like, I don't think that's true. I think, you know what this is? I think this is, again, I think I'm gonna defend this. Don't get mad at me. Don't yell at me. I'm gonna defend this. Here's my defense. We have old people who look like Chopper's mom, who are like gilfs, right? Who are hot gilfs. And then we have old people who look like fucking thumbs. I think this is accurate, fine world building. That there are some people who are the same age as you who look like this, and then other people who don't look like that. And I think that's perfectly fine. I'm not going to dig into the implications of anything. I'm just going to say that I don't think it's the worst possible thing to be doing at all. Again, the implications might be bad, but I'm not talking about the implications. I'm just saying the general concept of drawing two characters that are the same age and they look completely different is totally fine. Not everybody who's the same age looks exactly the same. How soon we forget about Josuke and all these fucking characters in JoJo and how they all look fucking they're 12 years old and they're built like fucking shit brick houses. I'm fortunate having G codes by the time they were 15. That is unfortunate. That is like very unfortunate. That is comedic levels of unfortunate. I'm not pushing myself yet. If your tummy hurts, go ahead and rest. I'm fine. My God, don't send me to bed. I'm fine. Now we're having a good time. Then stay and happy hanging out with you. Thank you. Given we still a small and cozy community, I feel you can allow yourself to just play some videos and make you feel company. Yeah. We're a small, cozy community. Hopefully we blow the fuck up and act like we don't know nobody, but that's not happening right now, right? They wore, like, 3 bras that were several sizes too small to try and compress everything. Damn. I hope she
pterodactyl
healed
into
from
her
that.
friend with the yellow-green of friendship. They then use this pterodactyl
This is gonna
to
be
leave,
Ziri
but
when
even
they
see
make their
Dory
One
and
Piece
Brooke
zone.
begin
They're gonna be a
continuing their battle
pterodactyl.
with their fists, because if you recall, their weapons got destroyed when sending the Mary through the goldfish. But then during Brokework's journey, it starts raining and the paint on the pterodactyl gets messed up, so they get dropped off on Vacation Island. But it turns out that there are Marines here looking for them, including the newly minted Marine Django and his buddy Fullbody, who we obviously just saw in another cover story earlier. And much like Django did, Baroque Works decides to wear disguises, which don't really work, and they get caught right away by Hina. But thanks to Mr. Five's abilities, he and Miss Golden Week were able to get out of there, so Hina basically then uses Miss Valentine as bait by saying she'll be hanged that evening
want an
in the hopes
S25, I
it'll
like
draw
my
them
phone.
all out. But then we see that Mr. 3 is also hiding on this island, and not just him, but so
Is
is
the king
Mr.
of the
2, the goat
pterodactyl.
himself. So then all of them get ready to help Miss Valentine, which starts off
I'm
with
gonna be
Mr.
some
3
kind of
acting
creature.
as the bait,
Mhm.
except it's not Mr. 3,
You're gonna be a
it's Mr.
creature.
2, which creates basically a grudge match between
Oh my
Bon
god,
Clay and
what if
Hina,
Ziri
which
finds
builds
like an
off the one
old,
we
like
saw
we
in
find out
Alabasta.
in,
But sadly, Hina's
like
powers
later
yet again
chapters
get the best of
that
him,
there's
but
like,
it does allow his
oh,
other
what
friends
if
to get
Ziri
out
was
of
a
it,
giant?
Which is kind of on brand for Mr.
What
2,
if Ziri
right?
was like a
Bon
half
Clay's
mink,
entire
half giant
character
or
at this
something?
point is
That would
just
be so
sacrificing
cool.
himself for his friends, and this is why he's one of the most beloved characters in the
Oh my
story.
god, wait,
But
my
then
boy!
Miss Golden Week
Bon
commandeered the
Clay!
Marine ship, one of tied up now, creates basically a grudge match between Bon Clay and Hina, which builds off the one we saw in Alabasta. But sadly, Hina's powers yet again get the best of him, but it does allow his other friends to get out of there. Which is kind of on brand for Mr. 2, right? Bon Clay's entire character at this point is just sacrificing himself for his friends, and this is why he's one of the most beloved characters in the story.
I love
But
Bon
then
Clay,
Miss
my
Golden Week
goat. I
commandeered
still
the
believe
Marine
that you're
ship
alive.
using her color trap, Betrayal
I believe
Black.
in my
And
One
I
Piece
think
stonks. I
this
believe in
is
my
really,
agenda.
really
The
important
Bon
at this
Clay
point, because we
agenda.
also
Bitch, join
saw
the
this
crew.
same
I
thing
love
with
him.
Luffy and Little Guard. And I feel like there's definitely something to say here about how this could connect to something we've seen recently in Elbaf with the Domi Reversi powers. It's another betrayal-based thing, and even though Emu's version doesn't use paint, at least we think, it did all start by using yet another black circle. So I don't know what this all means, but I think there's definitely some kind of parallel going
I'm fucking
on.
up my track.
But then what they decide to do is infiltrate the prison where their friends are kept, including the higher-ranking members like Crocodile and Mr. One, or Miss Merry Christmas and Miss Doublefinger, and essentially we see that Baroque Works is
My
reunited
tummy
again.
hurts so
but
bad,
Crocodile,
but I'm like so hungry because I
surprisingly,
haven't
says
really
he
been eating because
doesn't
I've been
want
sick.
to escape.
And my
He
god,
says
I
he
want more of
doesn't
those noodles.
feel
They were
like it.
so
But
good.
he was fine with Luffy saving him from level 6.
Oh my
for
god,
some
wait,
reason.
wait.
And
Ziri, this queen,
then doesn't
Hold
feel
on.
like it. But he was fine
this
with
queen, this queen, and this outfit right here. This one right here. This one right here. This one. I love them so much. They just switch genders between scenes without explanation. They just all of a sudden have boobs. And are a woman, and then they're a man, and then they're a woman, and then they're a man. You don't understand. This whole queer arc lives in fucking my heart rent-free. This is the... No. I think this is my favorite arc in One Piece. I think the whole war, I think this whole jailbreak, it's so good. It's so fun. And, like, it's also, there's a bunch of queer people running around. Like, yeah, that's fun. But, like, that's not why I like it so much. But the fact that it also just, like, this entire jailbreak is ran and powered by the power of queer, just, like, queer people have that dog in them. That's the thesis. I love it. Ivankov, and the do not underestimate the power of a miracle. Miracles only happen with those who never give up. Fuck yeah. That was said during this arc. Ziri, I feel like this arc, whenever you get to this, it will be so empowering to you in a way that it's hard to explain. Because it's just watching a bunch of queer people and a bunch of just cool people. Because first of all, okay, let's talk about it. Luffy is such a goat in, like, a general sense. But Luffy's thing with, like, he fucks with queer people so much because queer people just are doing whatever the fuck they want. And they are just expressing themselves in the most free way possible, and he fucks with it heavy. And also, they have the biggest dog in them. Canonically, in One Piece, if you're, like, queer and gay, you are just more powerful than most people. That's just canon. And they explain why, though. Like, Oda doesn't just say that. He gives valid reasons why he's putting that in his canon. He believes that the reason that you have a bigger dog in you is because you have to fight harder than anybody else to make your miracles happen. So therefore, you're constantly having to have faith in yourself more than most people. Therefore, you have a bigger dog in you. That's why all of the queers are more goated and more resilient. That is the thesis, and that is a fact according to One Piece. If you're gay or trans, you just have a bigger dog in you. That's just according to One Piece. According to One Piece, you just have a bigger dog in you because you have to fight harder than most people. And because you have to fight harder than most people, you just got that dog in you. I love that. It's great. It's great. And then the entire time, they're like, you think that the people in this prison who are, like, self-expressing and, like, have turned, transitioned and shit are, like, they're just living happily because they just are? That's stupid. You're dumb. You're an idiot. Stop fucking being stupid. Stop being fucking dumb. They are living carefree because they have chosen to fight for their miracles and their beliefs. They're not just in here doing whatever. They have to fight tooth and nail every time they get up out of bed. You gotta have that dog in you or you're gonna die. And if you die, I can't help you. That's great. It's super fucking... It's great. I love it. It's great. It's great. I love Ivankov. Eva is great. Eva just is like, if you don't have that dog in you, I can't help you. I just can't help you. I can't make you have passion and lust for life. I can't make you believe in yourself. All I can do is tell you that miracles can happen and then tell you to have that dog in you. That's all I can do. Great. I love One Piece. I love One Piece. We're gay and trans and therefore the most powerful. No, that's not it. You are gay and trans, and that means you're going to fight harder than people. The fight you have in you is what makes you powerful, not the fact that you're gay and trans. That's the thesis. Because One Piece doesn't believe in objective anything. They're basically saying that you can be gay and trans and not have a dog in you and not fight. But that's not everybody. That's not most gay people. Most gay people have a dog in them, and they fight for what they want, and they fight for their passions in life, and therefore they are stronger than you, because they are fighting every day to be able to express themselves freely. Which, that's a good statement. Everything in One Piece, Ziri, I love this. Everything in One Piece, Ziri, is never objective, it's always subjective, always has nuance. You don't have a dog in you because you're gay. You have a dog in you because you realized you were gay, and that you would have to fight for stuff, and then you realized that you wanted to, because you wanted to be happy. I love it. If you are gay and trans and you gotta lock the fuck in, Oda probably. Yeah, basically. It's like, if you're gay and trans, you've probably had to lock in since day one, and therefore, you are way stronger than I ever could be, because I wouldn't have been able to do that. That's basically what he's saying. If you are gay and trans, the likelihood is that you have a bigger dog in you, because you've had to lock in to be able to express that shit freely. I would not be able to do that. You are tougher than I ever will be. We're grasping our happiness with our own bare hands. That's his point, yeah. Eva's point is that you have to have that dog in you. If you don't have that dog in you, I can't help you. Like when Luffy's like, I want to live so I can go save my brother, and then he hits him with these hormones that are supposed to either shorten his life by 10 years, or he either shortens your life by 10 years, but gives you a crazy adrenaline rush, which makes you think that you're fine, and then you can just like fight for the next, like you can just fight to get that dog in you, but it'll take 10 years off your life, or it'll kill you. Those are your two options. You have to want that first thing so bad. You have to want to survive so badly that it doesn't kill you. It took him 3 days to get over it, and then he was up. But like, Eva was like, you can't just expect me to do anything. I gave you the thing to fucking get up and do the shit. You have to have that dog in you, though. You have to fight for this. If you want it, you have to fight for it. If you don't want it, then I can't help you. If you don't want it bad enough, you'll just die. That's a you problem, though. I won't even feel bad about it, because you said you had that dog in you. All I can do is have faith that a miracle will happen, and you have to have faith that you'll just not give up on yourself. I love that. I love One Piece. I love One Piece. One Piece is good.
Luffy saving him from level 6 for some reason, and then
One Piece is
this,
not
Miss Golden
vapid.
Week does
One
of
Piece
the
is
most
not like
absurd
vapid
things I've
and
ever
stupid
seen,
and silly.
especially
It's
in
not
cover
vapid.
stories, which is use a new color trap called Rainbow of Dreams. This
No,
creates
it took a
rainbow
day and a
in the
half,
sky that
which
turns
shocked
everyone
Eva.
into
Oh
whatever
yeah,
they
it was
turn
supposed to
in,
take
like
3
Miss
days, but
Golden
he
Week
had
and
that
the
dog in
changes you
him.
would expect, including with an
And you
apple
had
on her head
Bankley
like
outside his
Vegapunk,
room
which she
screaming
still had
not to
during
give up
Vegapunk's
the
message,
entire
by the
time, because
way.
Bankley
And
has
Miss
that dog in
Merry
him
Christmas
too.
became a princess, Mr.
Because Bankley was
Ford
outside that door crying and being like, please help him. He was like, I can't help him. What do you mean help him? I can't help him. I cannot do anything more than I've already done. I can't have that. I can't help him at all. And Monclay's like, we can't just give up on him and not do anything. He's in there and he's suffering. He's screaming. And he's like, yeah, but like that is what you have to do if you got that dog in you. If you want a miracle to happen, you have to fight for it. You have to fight for it. I can't help you. Then Monclay sat outside that room and screamed until he couldn't scream anymore. It's great. The dog is a tank. The dog is a tank. I'm glad I rewatched the anime again. It's so good. I need to rewatch that whole arc. It's so good. It's so good.
A pizza delivery guy, Lasso became a tank, you get the picture. They're all just
It's so
wearing
good.
the right outfits that match
It's so
what their
good.
dreams are. It kind of reminds me of Kinemon's powers, except not a devil fruit. But then we see Crocodiles over there in a Pirate King outfit, and he's disgusted by it. Why? Because he gave up on that dream long ago, probably sometime after losing to Whitebeard. What Oda is showing us here is that it's still his dream, he still wants to be Pirate King, he just doesn't believe that he can. Which is a pretty stunning parallel, or inversion
I
now,
love
guess, to
Buggy the
who just
Pirate.
recently claimed
Oh my
he wanted-
god. Wait, I think we're gonna watch a video essay about Buggy D Pirate. Let's talk about Buggy D Clown, baby. Let's do that and then I'm gonna go lay down. We're gonna watch a video essay about Buggy D Clown, because Buggy D Clown is great. You know what? I think I'm gonna invest in Buggy D Clown stonks. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because I'm starting to think that it's possible. I don't think he's gonna be the Pirate King by any means, but I think Buggy D Clown is going to happen. I think that that's possible. Okay? There's a lot of shit that's not possible in One Piece. Like, there ain't no... Like, if Luffy does not become the king of the pirates, there will be words. There will be words, and they will not be kind words shared. Right? But I think Buggy D Clown is fully on the table. I think this is on the table. I think I'm happy for Buggy D Clown to be confirmed at some point. He's got that dog in him. Why would he have that dog in him? I have faith in Buggy. We're gonna talk about Buggy D Clown. We're gonna talk about Buggy D Clown. Buggy D Clown, baby. Buggy D Clown, baby. Oh wait, no, this ad. Oh, this is all AI. Watch this ad. Aren't you concerned that all the humans fucking died? No, the fun part's over. And off topic.
Anything man can imagine is a possibility in reality.
Wait, what?
At the beginning of Skypiea, these words were presented as a quote by the fictional physicist
What the fuck
Willie
is happening?
Caron. There are very few sentences out there that can describe the entirety of what One Piece is about so precisely.
I love that photo
Some
of
might
Buggy
say
and Luffy
Blackbeard's
live action
The Dreams
actors
of
that just
Pirates
looks like
Will Never End, or
from
Roger's
2005?
thesis on freedom
What?
in chapter 100.
What are you talking about?
Either of those
I also
would
still
be
have
great
not seen the live
choices
action.
and
I've
equally
seen clips
relevant
and
to
I've
the topic
seen
of this
the
video.
actual
But for
actors
me,
be adorable,
that
but I haven't
quote
actually
by Willie
watched
Caron
the actual
captures
show.
One Piece better than any
There
other.
might be a real
At the center of
poneglyph.
every emotional breakthrough,
held down, very well
fantastical
hidden.
adventure, moral
That's a good
dilemma,
idea,
and
maybe.
cathartic punch is the assertion
know.
that the impossible
I don't know.
is
I
limited
don't know
only
about that.
by a lack
But
of
maybe.
belief. Imagination
the
is
point
power,
of if
and
Luffy
collectively
wasn't the
that
Pirate King of
power
One
can
Piece.
be
I don't know.
magnified to
He
pierce
kind of
through
has
the
to be the
barriers
Pirate
of
King because he's also
existence.
Nika. He
Every
has to be the
legendary
king of the
figure
pirates
like
now.
Roger, Whitebeard, and now Luffy were once
topic.
nobodies who trusted in their own potential.
I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna look for
Every
it. Look at.
unbelievable miracle, such as the liberation of countless countries and the discovery of the final island on the Grand Line, began with a person's dedication to their dream. Something I love about this story is that nobody gets overlooked. From Helmeppo, the spoiled child of a power-hungry cop, to Bachi, a fly who was put into a bowl of soup.
That's the
Yes,
fly's
even
name.
that fly from the Baratier is a named character because everybody matters in One Piece. So a statement
his name.
like
His name is
anything
Bachi
man can
Ziri. His
imagine
name is
is
Bachi.
a possibility in reality is one that stretches far and wide. Even those relegated to comic relief contribute to the deeper narrative identity. One Piece is a goofy comic strip just as much as it is a complex tale of the human condition.
Where is the picture,
However,
Bean?
Oda has a habit of blurring the lines between comedy and
Did you put
sincerity.
it in wholesome?
Every
It's
so
not in
often,
wholesome. Where is
characters
it?
like Gaimon, Senor Pink, and Duval manage to display a surprising amount of depth and emotion. Buggy the Clown is the most recent and
Whatever.
arguably
I'll see it
most
later.
effective example.
Bachi's
His sole
emu.
purpose for over
Just
20
saying
years
it.
has been being
Bachi
a
is not
walking
emu.
punchline.
Bachi is a fly.
That running
Can't
gag
be
has
emu.
secretly
Bachi's
been
a
the
fly.
foundation for one of the most inspiring
It's not in off
storylines
topic.
in
I
the
just
manga.
didn't see it.
I'm not here to theorize on Buggy's family or how
now I
exactly
see
he'll
it.
end up as the Pirate King.
It's so cute.
I don't
This
think
is
it
a cute
matters
picture.
entirely
I like
where
this
Buggy
picture.
comes from,
Wholesome.
nor does it matter where he's going. I do think Buggy is a D, and I have no doubt that he'll make it to Laugh Tale, but my reasoning has nothing to
this is
do
a cute
with his family
banner.
background.
I like this banner.
Buggy is an
This is a good banner
inspiration
concept.
because of his own merit and nothing else. It might not be totally obvious, but Buggy plays
I'm
a
like your
vital
banner.
role in
It's a good
delivering
banner.
One Piece's underlying message. He represents how personal beliefs define who we are. He shows that freedom is equally determined
Zero,
by
you
internal
watching this? You paying
circumstances
attention?
as by
You paying
external
attention,
ones.
cuz?
Most of all, his emotional growth provides insight into the mystery of the Will of D.
The will of
Since the
D.
beginning, Buggy has been a laughingstock. It's indicated by his name, his appearance, and his flashy disposition. He's a literal clown, someone meant to entertain the audience with shenanigans. It doesn't get more on the
Oh,
nose
I have to
than
call
that,
my mother.
no pun intended. He's initially presented
I'm
as
just gonna
a
mute with the
dangerous
video
pirate with a somewhat notorious reputation in the East Blue, but he lives up to that reputation for barely a chapter. Buggy is supposed to not be taken seriously, both within the context of the story and in real life. As his future base of operations indicates, he is nothing but empty bluffs. Not unlike historical court jesters, everything about him is a performance, and it is most amusing when he is the butt of the joke. As a result, he quickly becomes an afterthought to the audience, which also mirrors how he's perceived by the world he inhabits. It's only when he returns in the Marineford saga that people start to pay more attention. He becomes more significant, but this is due to the amplification of his role as an entertainer. As for his crew and the citizens around the world, his newfound notoriety is commendable and legitimately threatening. In truth, it's merely the result of being associated with others more famous than him. What makes this funny is that he doesn't try all that hard to win the affection of those around him, yet he receives it anyway. He never had any intentions of using Roger's name for his own gain. The inmates from Impel Down just so happened to overhear his conversation with Luffy. In fact, he went the entirety of his adult life without ever taking advantage of his connection to Roger, and I think that says a lot about the person behind the makeup. Strangely enough, he's pretty self-aware. He knows he's out of his depth and attempts to call it quits more than once. In spite of his best efforts to run from success, it gets thrust upon him. As so many have described him before, he is the involuntary master of failing upwards. What defines Buggy's entire journey is a lack of choice. He doesn't have much agency at all if you really think about it. He usually gets what he wants, but it's never due to his own volition, and every time there's a catch. His thin bravado deceives those around him. Their blind devotion is what propels him into opportunities. Buggy chooses the direction, but he has little say in how far he goes or where he lands. He's kind of like the slapstick version of Paul Atreides. He has a loyal following that's convinced he's some sort of messiah figure. Their faith is so strong that he actually starts to embody that figure. Paul Atreides rules over his followers, whereas Buggy's followers rule over him. That's partly why he's not taken seriously. He's completely harmless. He talks big, but we all know that he's at the whim of forces outside his control. We know that without his cult, Buggy's still that same unimportant clown from the East Blue. After Marineford, Buggy's notoriety rose higher and higher. He got his own company, became a warlord, and eventually gained the title of Yonko. I remember when I first saw the reveal that he was one of the new emperors. Frankly, I was a little disappointed. I was expecting Law, Kid, or anyone else, to be honest. Emperor of the Sea is a serious title to hold, so I had hoped for a serious character. Then I realized that's exactly what made the decision so hilarious. The fact that Oda was totally unafraid to go through with it was also kind of admirable. I and many others started to think, wouldn't it be hysterical if Oda made this guy the Pirate King too?
Alright,
Lo
I
and
have to
behold,
phone my
exactly
mother.
30 chapters later, it
Ziri's
honestly
enjoying
started
this
to look
video.
like that
I'm
might
happy.
be the case.
I love that the
But what
glamour
almost
shot
nobody
him
could have
putting it
predicted
on,
was
yes.
how it suddenly
Literally suffering
became
from his own
so
success,
much
yes.
more than a joke. Once again, Oda blurred the lines between comedy and sincerity. We learned about Buggy's inner world. We learned that he had repressed his deepest desires. He assimilated into the power that was handed to him, but he'd been avoiding an even greater power. I'll come back to this later. First, we need to talk about the Will of D.
Great shot.
Have you
Great animated
ever
shot.
seen citrus caviar? These are finger limes.
Buggy King
and
of the
they're
Pirates,
just one
no.
of the wild seasonal
I am not
finds
investing
hitting
in that
Misfits
stomp.
Market
I will invest in Buggy D Clown though. I do believe in Buggy D Clown stonks.
It's no secret that freedom is the central theme in One Piece. However, there's a major aspect of that theme which often gets overlooked. What I'm referring to is the notion that one becomes free only by accepting the situations where they're not. In other words, autonomy and destiny are fundamentally intertwined. Think about Luffy, the poster child of freedom. He's undoubtedly tied to fate, yet he is more free than anyone else. How is that possible? Part of it is because Luffy does have agency within his fate. In One Piece, a person's will is a force of power, capable of shaping the world in unforeseen ways. Luffy's will is incredibly strong, so he's able to make meaningful decisions to create the world he wants to live in. Not everything that's gone his way was due to his own will, though. He would have died before ever reaching the Grand Line if lightning hadn't struck at the perfect moment. The same would have happened if he hadn't been immune to Enel's abilities, or if he hadn't run into Bon Clay and Impel Down. It's just a fact that Luffy is often very lucky. Although, what's important are not the times in which Luffy was lucky, but rather the times in which he wasn't. Luffy is confident in his goals, but he doesn't know if things will work out for him.
Yes,
On
Big
multiple
Sis Nami
occasions,
is canon.
he's found himself in
She
grim
loves him.
situations,
She loves everybody.
and every single time,
loves
he's
Zoro.
okay with the possibility of defeat. He doesn't care about being in control. He surrenders to the flow of the universe, knowing that it can't be commanded.
Yeah.
This is why he and the majority of D-Clan members smile in the face of death. It's why they're so resilient in the face of oppression. They move through the world
This is my
unbothered
stream,
by limitations.
and I get to mute and walk
They
away
live
whenever
each
I
moment
want.
to
I'm
the
gonna go check
fullest,
the porch
so
for
they
something.
leave behind
I'm sick.
no
No one
regrets.
can yell at me anymore.
But besides
It's great.
that
I'm free to do as
the
I
D-Clan
will.
shares
That's
a
awesome,
number
right?
of characteristics. They're charismatic, ambitious,
shooting blood is the best thing
rebellious,
that's ever
and
happened to me.
natural-born leaders. To some degree, it's a part of their nature. Those qualities get passed down from generation to generation. But the D-Clan are not the only ones capable of embodying these characteristics. They're just more prone to doing so because they're linked to a group that did the same centuries ago. The Will of D extends far beyond that particular group. The potential to live like them exists within everyone. Family history is important in One Piece, but the writing consistently injects nuance within that theme. Ace's story is a prime example. He renounced Roger's name and distinguished himself from his legacy. In the end, he couldn't avoid living like his father, but he was still able to shape his own identity. Everyone has the capacity to decide who they want to be, regardless of who they're expected to be. The past is not what defines an individual, nor do any labels or narratives. That's why Luffy refuses to listen to backstories. He judges people based on their actions in the present. Those who share the Will of D sometimes have conflicting virtues and morals. Even celestial dragons can have worldviews that clash. Most use their namesake to justify their depravity, but a rare few have been shown to reject that narrative. In the same way, the D is nothing more than a label echoing from the past. In chapter 1085, Emu said the same. They said, "It is nothing but a faint echo. Those who carry the name do not even know of its true meaning." So why do so many of them behave the way they do? Because they don't need to know its meaning. Later in the chapter, King Cobra revealed the contents of a letter written by Nefertari Lily during the Void Century. Most notably, he revealed that the letter was signed Nefertari D. Lily. Lily's connection to the D clan is arguably the most important part of the chapter. The entire reason why Cobra wanted to speak with the elders was to understand what that name meant. Imu's reaction to the letter tells us a lot about Lily and the significance of the D being a part of her name. It's safe to assume that the D clan wasn't around prior to the Void Century. If it did already exist, then it certainly gained a new meaning after the events of that time period. What we know is that there were at least one or two major factions that opposed the formation of the world government. Joy Boy and Davy Jones were pivotal figures in the resistance against the government. Thus, the D became a symbol of that resistance and their strength. We also know that Imu had some sort of close relationship with Lily. Disgusted by a certain mistake that she made in the past, the letter and more specifically her name were a stark reminder. To me, this implies that her signature was a personal affirmation of her decision to reject Imu's power. Corazon told Law that the D's are sworn enemies of the Celestial Dragons. Imu's dialogue in 1085 confirmed that. Lily was one of the founding members of the government, and the Kingdom of Alabasta was once an ally to their cause. Therefore, I don't think Lily was born with that name. I think she inherited it by choice. Her signature was a political statement of her alignment with a certain ideology. After overhearing the conversation between Cobra and Imu, Sabo reflected on a childhood memory.
I'm back. I walked away. I
Sabo
came
asked
back.
Ace
There
and
was
Luffy
groceries
if
on my
there
porch
was
and I
any
put them away.
significance to them sharing the same middle initial.
Oh
Neither
no,
of
why
the
did you
two
scream oh
viewed
no?
it as a big deal though. Ace said, "Who cares?
I'll come
A
back.
name's a name."
A name is a
Based
name.
on his feelings towards his father, Ace would know that better than anyone. Luffy then pointed out that if he wanted to, Sabo could simply add a D to his own name. It's not a coincidence that Oda included that dialogue in the same chapter as Lily's letter. It reinforces the idea that the D isn't just about lineage. There are those who are born with it, those related to the people who invented the original meaning, but it's also possible to carry the will of D without the name. It's long been suspected that Kozuki Oden possessed the will of D, yet as far as we're aware, his family doesn't have it. Now, it is plausible that Oden had a D without knowing it. Not only does his personality fit the bill, the Kozukis were heavily involved with Joy Boy and Lily. The main thing everyone tends to point out is that Oden had a massive grin when he died. Since people in the D clan have a habit of doing the same, he must be related to them, right? There's definitely a good chance, but personally I think it's beside the point. The will of D is powerful enough to incite others to uphold the ideals of its founding members.
I love the concept of this. And I've been trying to sell Zerion One Piece for like 3 months. I love the concept of this. Because there is a reason why this show has had such a profound impact on like 2 generations, or the 2 generations that have grown up with it. There's a reason. Yeah, I told you it's great, right? Like, it's great. There's a reason. There's a profound reason for why it's had an impact on people, because the implications of the story are these people are not special. There is nothing profound that these individuals have about them that has led them to being able to grab a hold of their life the way they have. There's nothing stopping you as a person from grasping hold of your life and living it. There's something super profound about that. Every time you see a character and you're like, well, they are innately just the way they are, and I can aspire to be them, but this is fiction and I could never be those people, Oda will just demystify it immediately and be like, no, even with the whole fucking D clan, it's like anybody can carry on the will of D. Anybody can have the passion to carry on the will of dreams and destiny and just passion for life. It's not that you need to have a D in your name. Anybody can add a D to their name. The letter D is not special. It's not the point. The point is having the passion and will to like hold onto your life and carry it like something precious. I think that's great. There's something super profound about that. There's something so gentle and so profound about telling people, you know, you can just do shit, right? It's gonna take somebody telling you that, but I'm gonna tell you that. You can just do shit. You have free will, and that's not just like, oh, buy an extra pint of ice cream. Like, no, you can go and like change the world if you really wanted to. You just have to have faith in yourself to do so. You just have to believe you can do that. I love that. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. People saying the show's not political, or like this fucking story isn't like impactful, are dumb, or they're just not reading the same story that I'm reading, because I just don't understand why they wouldn't understand this. Like, this, like, oh my god, I watched a video of people talking about how Mr. Beast said he likes One Piece now, and everybody being like, is this just another thing where he's holding on to something that means, because like there's, One Piece is not one of those pieces of media where you can consume it and not have it not have an effect on you. Because if it doesn't have an effect on you, that means you're not reading it. That means you're consuming it, but you're not reading it. How can you, as a person that you are, fucking Mr. Beast, I'm not even gonna say your actual name because you're a fucking ghoul. How can you, Mr. Beast, sit there and put the poor on display for the entertainment of the privileged and still be like, I like One Piece? When One Piece sits there, chapter after chapter after chapter, story after story after story, putting on display how disgusting that is, and how people who do that are ghoulish. Not even just ghoulish, that there's no such thing as a bad person. There's only people who do bad things. And one of the worst things you can do to somebody is to take their suffering and make it consumable content. It's gross. It's gross. And yeah, there are people in positions of privilege who can turn like leaves and not be like that. We see it in One Piece. There are people even amongst the fucking celestial dragons who can learn and improve and grow and be better people. These are options. You can do that. But like, are you going to do that, or are you going to continue to put people on display? What's your vibe? If you say you like One Piece, what has One Piece taught you? If you like One Piece, what have you learned from consuming it? Because there isn't a single person I've ever met who's consumed it effectively, who hasn't had some sort of profound reaction to it, or reaction to the thesis of it. So what is it saying to you? What is it saying to you as a piece of media, Mr. Beast? Why you can't just go, and it's like, you like One Piece? Okay, you like One Piece. What about it do you like? If you just say you like that it's pirates, then I'm gonna just sit there and be like, you don't understand any of this and you're a ghoul. You're just a ghoul. Like, I don't know how to help you. Oh, my mother is calling me again. Hold up. Un momento, por favor.
We've already seen this happen. Yamato's entire character portrays this concept. Despite being the son of a tyrant, Yamato cultivated the same values as Odin. As we just discussed, Odin himself was likely a proxy for the will of D. Even though he's a marine, Kobe turned his life around to be more like Luffy. Garp's mentorship bolstered that resolve. Bonnie is able to imagine herself being like Nika and then materialize Nika's abilities. Kuma did the same thing, albeit in a more spiritual sense. To say that any character in One Piece needs to be a D in order to act like one is backwards thinking. The principles of the D clan existed before the clan itself. Likewise, the myth of Nika probably came before the mythical figure. Multiple people have taken up that mantle over time,
I'm going to be right back. I have to bring in
Nika has
groceries, but I'll be back in like, I don't know, 5 minutes.
What matters
probably.
is
Watch
the
video.
person
It's a very good
behind
video.
the name. All it takes to sustain the will of an individual or group is the conscious effort to be more like them.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now, you call it an early present for next year, like 11 months early, which takes you from the worst ever to the best ever. You already f***ed up, right? What do you have to lose? Look, I realize this pitch may not work.
So, carrying the Will of D isn't necessarily a birthright. It's a lifestyle that is accessible to anyone. It's about living your truth to the best of your ability. It's about pursuing your dreams no matter how impossible they seem. It's about striving to be free, even when you feel powerless to do so. Let's go back to Buggy now. We've already established that he's a walking, talking gag, intended to be pathetic, yet capable of fortuitous greatness. The gag is about him being unworthy of that greatness, that he has no say in how it manifests. Over the course of the story, Oda has progressively deepened Buggy's connection to the larger world. Him being a former crewmate of Red Hair Shanks is a huge deal in and of itself. The reveal that the two of them were cabin boys of the Roger Pirates is something else entirely. On the surface, it could seem like tying Buggy to Roger is meant to play into the absurdity of the character. One of the worst pirates in the world having also sailed with one of the best is pretty funny. But Buggy's relationship to the King of the Pirates is the very thing that makes him three-dimensional. Chapter 1082 made this more clear than ever. In the chapter, Oda finally shattered the veil and displayed the reality of Buggy's story for all of us to see. He humanized him to the point of no longer being a goofy punchline. Beyond his comedic writing, Buggy captures the current state of piracy in One Piece. The vast majority of pirates believe that the Age of Dreams is over. They're followers of the new era that Bellamy and his crew preached about way back in Jaya. In Bellamy's words, fools who are blinded by fantasy treasures can't see the riches lying right at their feet. He and many others laughed at those who romanticized their lives. In other words, they mocked those who carry the essence of what it means to be a D. Pirates like Blackbeard, Luffy, and the rest of the worst generation are all that remains of those motivated by the claims of Gold D. Roger. Everyone else can be divided into two categories. There are those who believed and have since given up hope. Then there are those who never believed in the first place. Bellamy represents the latter, whereas Buggy represents the former. Buggy being on Roger's crew and a friend to Shanks tells us that he wasn't always deluded by superficial treasures and hollow positions of power. There was once a time where he was a true pirate. He was a part of the most legendary adventure known to the modern world. The beauty of Chapter 1082 is how it helps us to understand how and why Buggy changed. Everyone on that crew was convinced that Roger would be the one to shake up the world forever. While this was technically correct, it didn't go the way they imagined. The Roger Pirates were too early. They were able to create a spark that would ignite the flames of a new generation, but their victory was fairly short-lived. Soon enough, people lost sight of the original meaning of Roger's words. Nobody was more heartbroken by this turn of events than Buggy the Clown. Not only was he grieving the loss of his father figure and the rest of his family, he was grieving the loss of the dream they shared. Even so, Buggy still had a glimmer of hope. If their captain had to die without completing his ultimate goal, then his best friend, Shanks, would surely carry on his will. At least, that's what he believed, and until the day of Roger's execution, it was a responsibility that Shanks openly embraced. So when Shanks had a sudden change of heart following the death of Roger, Buggy felt betrayed. He felt as though he had nothing and no one left he could believe in. This made him feel isolated, not just from his former crew, but from his own sense of faith. Buggy used to be a romantic. The wonders of adventure once captivated him like nothing else. Like many others in One Piece, these beliefs were nurtured in his childhood. Unlike those characters, Buggy had an experience which caused him to abandon those beliefs. Buggy always relied on others for validation. That's why the disbanding of the Roger Pirates and the perceived betrayal from Shanks was so painful for him. He never viewed himself as being able to follow in the footsteps of the Pirate King, which is why he invested so much into Shanks. His time on the crew proved that such grand adventures could be fulfilled, but not by him. And so, like most other pirates of the so-called New Age, Buggy resorted to meaningless ambitions. He settled for goals that were supposedly more realistic and attainable. He became bitter, harboring obvious resentment towards Shanks. At the same time, he hated himself for not being strong-willed enough to do it on his own. That is, until he reached his lowest point. In Chapter 1082, he reflected on his life and faced his repressed emotions for the first time since that fateful day in Locktown. After getting pushed around by Mihawk and Crocodile one too many times, Buggy realized he had nothing left to lose. He openly criticized and insulted them, questioning how they could call themselves pirates. He recalled the beginning of the Great Pirate Era and the words of Roger. At that moment, Buggy came to terms with what had been buried long ago. He could no longer ignore the primal urges of his soul. He recognized the insanity of him becoming an emperor. He recognized that most of it happened by chance. He'd done nothing but run from what he truly desired, yet somehow ended up in the perfect position to achieve it. Perhaps it was an accident. Perhaps it was destiny. Either way, Buggy noticed it and decided to accept it. He stopped impersonating a leader. He allowed himself to step into the footsteps of his former captain. Snot-nosed and teary-eyed, Buggy declared his wildest dream with more conviction than he ever had in his life. He then turned to his fleet, urging them to look inward too. He reminded them of something long forgotten. All of them had left their homes behind specifically because of Roger. Being a pirate was about the fantasy of discovering what he left behind. The point has always been the One Piece, the treasure that symbolizes peak freedom. Buggy's language was bold and flashy as per usual, but this time, his words had weight behind them. By reconnecting with his inner child, Buggy became self-actualized. By choosing to no longer fight against the path placed before him, he became free. The fact that he was a fraud throughout most of the story doesn't matter. The possibility that he's related to another great pirate is irrelevant. Unironically, he's much closer to being a representative of the D clan than two former warlords, one of which is the world's strongest swordsman. He intuitively understands the will of D. It just took him a while to embrace it. This might come as a surprise considering the name of the channel, but Buggy isn't my favorite character. He's not even in my top 5 or 10. So why did I go out of my way to build this channel around Buggy and the notion that he'll become the Pirate King? It's partially because I think the concept is hilarious, but it's also more than that. Regardless of where he falls on my list of favorites, there's something undeniably special about Buggy. Something that no other One Piece character has. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, Buggy's development is inspirational. He embodies something deeply moving. Even if you've given up on yourself, it's never too late to reclaim what was lost. When you're ready, your dreams will be waiting for you. Even if you don't believe in yourself, you can still become greater than you ever imagined. Buggy became trapped in a cycle, perpetuated by a self-fulfilling prophecy. He believed himself incapable of carrying the will of the Roger Pirates, so he discarded his dreams and became the pirate we met in Orangetown. As those negative beliefs became further conflated with his sense of self, they continued to sway his actions. Buggy's thoughts determined his reality, but those thoughts were overpowered by faith. By finding a crew who didn't know any better, he incidentally broke the cycle. They believed he was special, and so he actually became special. With them following him around, it was impossible for Buggy to give in to those same self-defeating thoughts. Therefore, he was coerced into role-playing as the person he always wanted to be. Basically, he's the epitome of fake it till you make it. There are so many people out there who, whether they want to admit it or not, are a lot like Buggy. People who once looked at the world with bright eyes only to have that light fade over time. Many gloss over their achievements, assuming they did nothing to deserve them. They convince themselves they're failures before they even start. But even at our worst, we all have some sort of talent. Recognizing those talents and ignoring perceived impossibilities is the first step to reaching the best version of ourselves. Everyone is a subject of their own self-fulfilling prophecy, good and bad. What we choose to see around us and within us inevitably shapes what we find. If it weren't for Buggy's crew of brain-dead inmates, he'd probably still be locked up in Impel Down. If it weren't for an insane amount of luck, he would have been long forgotten by the world. These things weren't the reason why he was a bum, though. It was his outlook on life and his opinion of himself. As much as he was carried by circumstance, it took a moment of genuine accountability, courage, and passion for Buggy to finally take charge of his life.
Guys, I found the perfect complement to no-code builders. Fiverr. My coding knowledge is pretty much non-existent, which is why I use AI to bring my ideas to life, and it works great. But when it comes to deploying my project, well, that's where I need some human intervention. Turns out there are tons of affordable freelance developers on Fiverr ready to jump in. They can help with setting up hosting, bug fixes, back-end integrations, pretty much everything you need for a smooth launch. Trust me, start with AI, finish with Fiverr.
I have no idea what's playing on this stream. What's happening? I left and now I'm back. Kibby busy doing chores fun. Kibby.
When it's time to
you should
start
watch
your business,
Defunctland.
it's time
What is
for
playing
Shopify.
now?
Get everything you need to go from
I
launch.
don't know what is playing now. Oh, it's still playing. I'm so lucky.
I know it sounds crazy,
Also,
but
as
Buggy's
no
story of
worries.
success
We
isn't
still
all
is
that
Buggy
different
video.
from Luffy's.
Okay.
Loyalty and serendipity are the pillars of his
I wanna
journey
know
too.
Ziri's
The main
opinion
difference
of the
is that
Buggy
Luffy
video.
was never afraid to stand by his beliefs. It's not easy to be like Luffy though. There's a reason why everyone he meets looks at him like he's some sort of an anomaly, because he is. In One Piece and in real life,
Did
the
somebody new
world is
come in? Why'd you
cold
say
and
hello?
unforgiving. At times, it feels like it's actively trying to knock you down and grind your
back. Oh,
hope
Ziri left
into
and came
bitterness. So it's
Ziri,
no
are you
wonder why
enjoying the
thousands
Buggy
of pirates
video?
gave up on finding Roger's treasure. That's what makes the D Clan
feel so
special.
sick.
They refuse to let the world take their spirit away from them. Nothing can hold them back because they recognize that true freedom comes from inside. No matter what direction life takes them, they welcome it with open arms. No matter how dark their surroundings, they always spot a path toward the light of the sun. Buggy is now a representative of those same ideals. He may or may not be the son of Rocks or someone else, but having that initial in his name would mean nothing if he hadn't come to terms with its meaning on his own. His legendary status wasn't something he initially deserved, but it is something that he has earned. Buggy is single-handedly responsible for instilling hope into the dregs of society. He is their joy boy. Like Whitebeard, he has stoked the dying flames that were first sparked by Roger. He's keeping the legacy of his captain alive, as well as the legacy of countless voices that came before. Buggy becoming Pirate King would not only be the funniest punchline of all time, it would be the ultimate confirmation of Willie Caron's hypothesis. Enough people imagined Buggy as a genius jester, paving the way for him to indulge his own imagination. What was once a foolish idea has now been conjured into existence. That is why I love the character so much. It's why I strive to keep his agenda alive, aside from the memes. The name Buggy D Clown is not only inevitable, it is the essence of One Piece.
Brenna,
It
you
is
missed it. You
unbelievably
missed the Buggy
absurd,
video.
yet
You missed the
profoundly
Buggy
beautiful.
agenda video.
Buggy
You
may
missed
look
the
like a
agenda
clown,
piece
but he's got the
video
heart
about
of a
Buggy.
dreamer. He may be a performer, but his act is an expression
Buggy
of
D
that heart.
Clown.
Now, the stage has been set for
Brother,
his
do you
flashiest
believe that
performance
Buggy
yet.
has-
We are
is
on the
a- is a
verge
part
of
the
witnessing
D
a
Clan? Do you
generational
believe Buggy
comeback,
is a part
and
of
that
the
is no
legendary D
joke.
Clan?
Anyway, thank you for watching. Consider dropping a like so that YouTube knows the Buggy agenda is worth spreading to others. And if
Oh,
you have
but
any
was
thoughts
talking to my
brewing,
cousin.
please
Oh,
don't
was it
hesitate
Amber?
to share them down in
Or
the
was it
comments.
the one that's broken?
Don't forget to
Or is it the
subscribe
other
so you
one
don't
that
miss
is
out on
baby?
future content, but that's
Was
all
it your
for now.
son, the
See ya.
broken one, or Amber? I was talking to cousin. Brother, I barely remember this show. But you like Clown. Oh, can you ask Amber if she believes in the Buggy D Clown? Just put it that way, and she'll probably know what I'm talking about. Ask her if she believes in Buggy D Clown. It's not Buggy the Clown. It's Buggy D Clown. Specify that it's D. Just specify D Clown. Buggy D Clown. Buggy D Clown. I believe in the Buggy agenda. Buggy D Clown. Buggy D Clown. D Clown. D agenda. Buggy D Clown. Agenda piece. D Clown. Oh, this guy's funny. He ranks Agenda Piece. We might watch Agenda Piece. I love Agenda Piece. Agenda Piece is good. Agenda Piece is good. Oh, I wanna hold you hostage. Oh, like Luffy? Yeah, like Luffy. Luffy's a part of the D clan. He is a part of the clan of D. He doesn't know it. There's Monkey D Dragon. There's Monkey D Garp. There's Monkey D Luffy. There's Trafalgar D Law. There's I don't know what Teach's last name is, but it's Teach D something. They think that Buggy might be a D clan, he might be a clown. There's Lily D, I don't remember her last name. They're a part of the D clan. The whole video we just watched was saying that like anybody technically can be a part of the D clan, because all the D clan is like people who are carrying on their spirits and shit. I'm in so much pain and I should leave, but I feel some type of way. The D clan. The D clan. The D clan. There's still milk on my head. There's still milk on my head. Why is there still milk on my head? No more milk. I think the crooked glasses are the vibe right now. I think the crooked glasses really speak about where I'm at as a person currently. I mean, I was gonna lie down again when you were done streaming. Oh, I feel like maybe I should be done. If you still want more video in you, we can watch Defunctland. No, Defunctland puts me to sleep. I like Defunctland, but it makes me tired. Just make sure to hop off when you feel too bad, brother. Yeah, I want to make Ziri watch the Kuma video really bad. Because Kuma's great. Kuma has some powerful implications to his character, and I like it, and I want to see Ziri's reaction to Kuma. I would like for you to react to Kuma as a character. I don't care if it's spoilers, because honestly, spoiling Kuma I think is like the smallest crime one can commit as a One Piece fan. It's so worth it. It's so worth it. He's got some of the best lines and some of the best character writing. It's great. It's so good. Bring a grown man to tears. It's one of those things where it's done so well that every time I've been exposed to it, I have cried. I wish I was lying. Every time, consistently, without fail, I've cried. I have cried every time. It's one of the. It's just that well written. It's just that well done. It's just that well done. There's something so profoundly impactful about just showing the love somebody has for somebody else and just pure faith in them wanting to like just make the world a better place. It's so pure in its intent and so profound in its execution. It's great. Because if you were a part of the Kuma hate agenda, you don't exist, because there's nothing you can say to like hate on this man. This man just loves his daughter. Like, what do you mean? This man loves his daughter enough to be like, as long as I know that my daughter will be healthy and happy and be able to like live her life, I don't care if I'm dead. If I die and that means that she can live, holy shit, that's the easiest decision I've ever had to make in my entire life. Profoundly sad. profoundly sad. This man has been taking L's since like he was born. It's so sad. All he wants to do is see his daughter be happy. All he wants to do is love his daughter. He's so just God. How can you hate somebody who how can you hate Kuma? Kuma's great. I love Kuma. He's great. He's great. He's just great. He's just so good. He's a good dad. He's a good guy. It's been almost 3 hours. Man, I should lay down. Okay. For the sake of my health, I'll lay down. For the sake of my health, I will lay down. We'll lay down for the sake of my health. For the sake of my health, I will lay down. Even my tracking doesn't want to keep up with me. Even my tracking wants me to stop and lay down. That's fair. That's fair. We can do Kuma next time. No, I'm gonna make you watch Kuma when I'm not here. Good night, then, baby brother. I'm so tired. Okay, outros. I love you. You haven't heard I love you today. I'll say I love you so much. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I so much very appreciate you. Please remember to eat food, drink water, don't punish your vessels, not trying to punish you. Please take your medication as prescribed. You might not think you need it, but you definitely do if you're prescribed it. Also remember to be kind and be gentle with yourself. You're trying your very, very best, and you should remember that you're trying your best. If no one's acknowledged it today, I'm acknowledging it. You tried your very best, and I'm so proud of you. Also remember the mice from the True World Order. Don't ask what that means, I'll never explain. I am going to lay down. I'm still not pissing blood. Pissing blood would be painful. Shitting blood is also painful, but I'm shitting blood. You're gonna I don't know if you're gonna see more or less of me, because if I'm home all the time, then yeah, I'll probably stream more, but if I'm home and in the hospital all the time, you're gonna see less of me. So, we don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll die sooner from this. It's kind of unclear. It's kind of unclear if my life expectancy is now shortened. I am not 100% positive, but I know it's chronic and I have to live with it, so we'll see when you see. I mean, I could die tonight, like, I could die tonight, so there is that. Yeah, clearly I gotta finish One Piece before then. Before I die tonight? Damn, bro, you got more time than I have. It's crazy. So I can tell you all my feelings about it. True, you had to finish One Piece before I die. Congratulations. Now you gotta finish the season 1 of One Piece. Alright. My health is bad, and I'm sick, and I'll probably end up in the hospital again soon, so that sucks. But, my dying wishes. Go pursue things. Go find what you're passionate about and nurture it. And when I say nurture it, I don't just mean do the hobby that you like. I mean nurture it into something amazing that you want to share with people and make the world slightly better than you left it. That's what I want you to do. Those are my dying wishes. And I don't mean that in like the shallow way of meaning that. I mean that so seriously. Like if I were to die right now, like tonight, like I don't wake up tomorrow, I genuinely mean that. Go do something with your life that like impacts people in a positive manner. Go cultivate your own hobbies and passions and do something with it, because if you don't, well, that's pretty fucking lame. I can't make you do shit, but it would be really lame if you didn't it would be really lame if you had something so cool that you could be sharing with people and then you don't do it. I think that would suck. It would be really unfortunate if you had something so cool and profound to show the world and you just don't. I think you should. I think you should take the time to find the thing that makes you feel the most and makes you the most happy and the most excited. I think you should take that thing and then you should show it to the world and you should cultivate it into something great. And it will take time and it will take failures, but failing is just another experience in life. You should be happy to have been able to experience something, even if it's negative. So go pursue that. Yep, that's it. Yep, I'm good with that. She believes in the Buggy T agenda. I love that. Tell her hell yeah. Tell her hell yeah. I will. I love Brenna. Brenna, I love you. I guess that's also all my last things to say to people if I die. I love you, Brenna. Best friend, Buggy D Goat for real. I love you guys. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Thank you so much. Sorry again that I'm dying a little bit, that I'm super sick and unwell, and that I don't know what's gonna happen to me tomorrow. And there's a lot of blood coming out of my body. But we can hope it's not cancer, and we can hope it's not going to like expedite the end of my life within like a month or two, because that would suck. Because I wouldn't have time to do the things I want to do. Like if I have like a month to live, that would be so lame, because I wouldn't be able to do the things I want to do, and that would suck. But you know, we can hope. We can hope, and we can be positive and hope. So yeah, I don't know. I love you guys. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I will try to get on Irium so we can finish up those last 47 2-hour streams, and yeah, let's do our best. Let us do our best. Let's try to get this shit done so we can get on to better and greater things. And when I say we, by the way, I don't just mean me succeeding and then you guys watching me succeed. That's not what I mean. I mean, like, if I am succeeding, I want the members of my community to also be doing cool, great things. So if I am succeeding, you guys should be succeeding alongside me. I don't know what you guys are going to be pursuing and doing, but like, if I'm doing something, I want to hear from you guys that you also did something. So when I say we are succeeding, I mean that. This is a we. You're in my community. You're stuck with me now. And you're also stuck with my ambition, which means I'm going to put my ambition on you. So have fun with that thought. Sleep well tonight. I believe in you too. I believe in you. I believe in the you that believes in yourself. So I believe in you. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. I'm going to lay down. If I don't check Discord, it's probably because I'm sleeping. Alright, good night, goodbye, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.